If you're looking for extremely good bagel options and coffee, jeffsbagelrun.com is the place to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a minute since we've had like a really, really good bagel shop. And we got 9 locations around Central Florida.
Yeah, and they're growing by the day, it seems like. All up the East Coast. If you go to jeffsbagelrun.com, you can see all their locations. Get their free app.
I think there's one even in Texas.
Yeah.
But right now, it's Valentine's time, and you can, reward your loved one with maybe that Valentine's sprinkle bagel. I had.
Yeah, they brought them by yesterday.
I tried yesterday to not eat one. When I got home with Maisie, I ate one. And I loaded it up, and you got to get it with this. Get it with the chocolate fluff cream cheese. And I know what you're saying, Dan, that sounds insanely sweet. It's not really, because they hand stir it, so you get a good combination of regular cream cheese, but with that sweet bite of the chocolate. It's not overly powerful. It was so damn good.
And their spreads are made fresh.
Every single day.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's excellent. And they've got 2 more items that are just for Valentine's Day. They've got the chocolate-covered strawberry latte. Had that yesterday.
Yep.
And the Cupid cookie, which I put 2 of them in Maisie's lunch because she said, and I'll quote, "That is the best sugar cookie I've ever had." So it's awesome, man.
Also, if you're looking for a Valentine's Day gift for one of your loved ones, maybe a teacher, they're doing a 20% off promo code. If you use promo code Tom and Dan. Tom and Dan.
Yeah, A-N-D, not the ampersand.
When you check out, you'll get 20% off. You can get that 5-pack gift card for Jeff's Bagel Run, a coffee mug. They've got tons of
They
other...
got the bagel boy now.
They got a bagel...
like a stuffy?
Yeah, it's the bagel stuffy, plush.
Yeah. That's what the British call it. Get a plushie for you, all right.
So you can go to jeffsbagelrun.com and look at their merch store and get a 5-pack, some other Jeff's Bagel Run merch.
They always have crazy flavors. You can't go wrong with an everything bagel with hot sauce cream cheese. That's a Dennis family favorite. I know your boys like the sweet bagels.
Oh,
That's
that banana pudding.
The banana pudding spread is quite possibly the best cream cheese I've ever had.
Yeah, you get the hot sauce spread. I mean, they have a ton of them. And use hashtag TDBagel when you go by there. You can win a prize every month. We're mailing one out Monday.
Yeah, we send every photo, every hashtag. We send all of that to Jeff, the bagel guy.
And he's like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he loves seeing that. So we are very proud to partner with our good friends, Jeff's Bagel Run, 9 locations all across Central Florida.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, it is the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
On the couch, I got to adjust his camera. It's a big week for this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's fresh off of listening to the brand new album by The Weeknd. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Orlando Talk Show, it is comedian Ross McCoy.
Hey, guys.
So, Ross, we'll get into the weekend.
We got so much to do. We have a listener sitting in. We have a fine listener that bought a Subaru.
What do you want to talk about, the Camping World show or the Miami show? I'm going to both.
Yeah, this guy. This guy.
The new album.
Yeah. We're going to talk about the weekend. We're going to talk about eking into the weekend. We're going to talk about our listener that bought a Subaru.
Well, speaking of the weekend, tomorrow at the Orlando Science Center, it's Kids Night at the Museum.
Yes.
It's your ability to drop your kid off. Now, you got to get tickets for this at osc.org.
I guess you could drop your kid off there anytime you want, really. It's your kid.
Just put them right in the turtle thing.
No,
I'm not going to tell you what to do with your kid.
This is specifically
No, I know it is.
Okay.
I know it is. But any other time, if you wanted to just drive down there and be like, hey, just go over that bridge and talk to the lady. I'll be right in. And then,
and get
the hell out of there. That's it. If you want to do that, do it.
You know what? If you're poor, just hang out on that bridge. That's fun.
You know what? I'm going to say
Watch traffic go by.
If you would have just dropped your child off, just tell your child to ask for Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be fine. Yeah,
you can play on the bridge.
Yeah, you can play on the bridge and ask for Jeff.
Do not do that. Yeah. Anyway.
Tracy's going to kill me.
So before we get into anything, let's talk about the Weeknd. So Weeknd's new album, and
What's the
Ross,
name of the album?
What's it called, Tom?
No, I have no idea.
It's on my shirt.
Yeah, it's
you can read
on
my
his
shirt.
shirt, yeah.
Hurry Up Tomorrow.
Oh, he actually read something.
Yeah.
Right? That's amazing.
That
I
was good.
assumed that was going to
That
flummox
was
him.
really, really good.
So Crystal put it on when we were driving.
Also, by the way, how flat is my stomach that you could read something on my shirt?
I was going to say, man.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Old days, that would have been like blimp style. It would have been hard. I'd have to
like, turn a little. Okay, I got it. No, you look good, man.
So Crystal did put it on when we were driving to Satellite Beach last weekend, and I did.
Dude, how good is it driving and then Drive comes on and you drive in and all the weekend.
You're going to be very disappointed in his review.
Well, no, it's not even. I mean, here's the thing. Listen, music is subjective for everybody. And it's fine. And like when I listen to it, I'm like, that is the Weeknd. He's got a specific sound.
These are the breaks.
But all the songs kind of sounded the same.
No, we didn't. No,
Sao Paulo sounds like Take Me Back to L.A. Sounds like Mercy Me to you. You're insane.
Yeah,
It's all synthesizer.
It's all the goddamn synthesizer. I need some Allman Brothers, man. I need some. Come on, give me some steel. Pedal steel.
Weirdo art thing.
One whole song is like a Brazilian lady chanting for 5 minutes.
It's just all blended in. It's like, all right,
What do you think?
Put in something different.
Give me some of the visuals that are popping up in your mind as you're listening to the Weeknd's latest album.
Well,
Hurry Up Tomorrow.
All I can think of is him with bandages on his face.
Okay, this is good. Tell me more of the imagery.
and
When you're listening to some of the songs, what are you picturing in your mind?
That's 2 albums ago, by the way, but that's fine.
No, I know. Yeah. I'm stuck in the. And then,
loves the bandages. He loves the bandages.
And then it kind of has a Michael Jackson feel a little bit to it.
Yeah,
a little Jackson. Yeah.
There's an R&B,
which I like.
He is. I guess I don't think anybody would, and you can correct me, but I feel like I don't think anybody would say that the Weeknd is not top tier R&B, right? I mean, does he fall in that category?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he has to be, right?
They just put out a picture of him surrounded by, I think, his 34 awards from Spotify for more than 1 billion streams on songs.
Yeah. I mean, this dude is...
he's one of the most listened to men on earth right now.
Yeah.
And I also believe, and what's a weird thing about The Weeknd, because obviously not a super fan like Ross, but what's cool about The Weeknd is I think he could walk in here like dressed a different way or whatever, and we wouldn't know it's The Weeknd. Like, I think he can move around the world, like, because he has a distinct look, but I think he's just one hat away and a limp away from, like, you don't know it's The Weeknd.
Yeah, he puts on a T-shirt and cargo shorts and, like, some Vans.
Yeah.
It's not
I don't think you would know.
Well, if a guy walked in here dressed like psychedelic Dracula with bandages on his face, I would know it's The Weeknd.
You're psychedelic Blackula.
Anyway, so
I think Crystal putting that on, she probably wanted to, get busy, right? That's the kind of music you put on to, like...
There's a couple of your usual, take some drugs and have sex songs.
Like that show he had. Like the show.
Oh, yeah, The Idol.
Every other show, and he's eating pussy and that. Like, this guy's a maniac.
Yeah.
So this week we did a weird job.
You didn't like one song. One song.
No.
What was your favorite song?
Here's the thing. It's not that I disliked it. I
doesn't
thought
understand it.
That a lot of the songs were similar and not very distinctively different.
I wanted a country song, and then I wanted a rap.
Not even that. It's just, I know that whatever genre you're in, like all the songs are going to be kind of similar.
Yeah, it's not for you. It's definitely
synthesizer. It's a lot.
And wouldn't you agree? It's probably way too artsy. Like it's an artsy thing.
No, I mean, I'm the worst person to ask about music anyway, so my opinion doesn't even fucking matter.
Yeah, let's get Bud Hettinger. I like his music reviews a lot better.
You want to ask your grandpa about the music you like? You're going to not like the response. I'll mention
I'm going to go on record as saying something, and this may be insensitive, but I'm just going to go on record as saying it. When Bud Hettinger would do those
music reviews,
No, he would do ads for this machine.
The Bud Scan.
The Bud Scan that he would, like, go there and ask for the Bud Scan.
Yeah.
And he would say he went in this machine and they scanned him and it saved his life.
Yeah,
I never believed it. I was like, you lie. That did not happen. I don't think that happened.
It's just is it a PET scan? It's not a PET scan, is it?
I think it was like a glorified MRI or something.
Yeah,
It was a heart scan.
It
right?
scanned your heart.
But they wanted to sell it to me they wanted to sell it to me like he went there. I went there and I got in the machine and they scanned me and it saved my life. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck off.
Such a
I don't
good
believe
voice.
that. I don't believe
Dude,
it.
the voice of a
wonderful
lifetime,
voice.
though. Yeah.
Voice of an angel.
Yeah.
Oh, the heart of a Krampus.
And
heart of a Krampus.
Just to let everyone,
I said what I said.
Daniel's mentioning an old radio guy.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
People
thank
are
you.
probably like, who the hell is that?
Yeah, look it up.
He used to do music reviews for Jim Phillips. Like Jim Phillips would have him review like the new Weekend album, and it was funny because he was an old grumpy man like you.
Didn't understand. Yeah. I relate to that. I'm like,
by the
what
way,
is this?
The Reddit, they on the Tom and Dan Reddit, they put out a kind of like a thing where they're like, "Hey, we need to hear from Jim Phillips." And then and then somebody said like, "No, you know, last time Dan talked to him, he said, you know, Jim's retired, he's grumpier now and everything." And the Reddit, they all agreed that you are out of everybody at Real Radio, you're becoming grumpy like Jim Phillips.
Well, I wish I was as rich as he was.
You're the new Jim. You're getting grumpy.
Dude, if you start riding around on a tractor...
You would look good on a tractor.
I like tractors.
Printing
tractor guy.
Printing press?
Like everybody was, I felt like pretending, including me, to be impressed by a tractor. I'm not impressed. When Jimmy got a tractor, I was like, you got a slow ass thing that could pull something heavy. Well, what are you pulling?
Get
Nothing.
a horse.
Well, why'd you get it?
You can just get like a horse and buggy.
Yeah. Why?
That's even cooler because the horse is alive.
You got an F-350 and you just drive your kids to school. You're towing a giant. You're doing nothing with it anyway. So on Wednesday for our Weird Job Wednesday, we interviewed Kara. I've been a listener for a long time, and we
Kara Top.
And she mentioned a side hustle about taking the Amish. Her and her dad used to basically be an Uber for the Amish because she lives up in Ohio. And she was describing, like, you know, they would pay them to just take them to Walmart or whatever because they that was the only way they could drive around.
I would love to do this, by the way.
In places that horse and buggy, they couldn't get there. And then we were talking about
How did they get a hold of them?
There's a phone just outside their property line.
Oh,
that
like the county line liquor store?
Yeah, and it's a little house that's like an outhouse, but inside of it is a phone because they can't use a digital device; they can only use a landline.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it can't be on property.
No.
It has to be a little outside.
Can't be on their property. It's got to be across the line. You got to cross the line, go in the outhouse, but you're not pooping. You're calling.
Which there's a lot of these religious loopholes. Which I would argue that
we've done this before with the Jewish people in New York City. We did a whole show on.
Are you trying to trick the most powerful man in the universe?
Yeah, he'll smite you good. He'll smite your legs off.
Think he knows? Anyway,
you guys talked about soaking? That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Well, there's a lot.
I've always
in
wanted to be
Judaism.
the jumper.
The jumpers.
Yeah, I always thought that's the one.
Like, really, you got to make it happen.
Yeah. I think I'd be an excellent jumper because occasionally I'd give it a cannonball.
If you set your lights to turn on Sunday in the morning on Wednesday, it's the same. Because you
God
did
knows.
it.
God
You're
knows
not
you did
tricking
that.
anything.
No.
Anyway, so then we got an email from BDM
Well, hold on a second.
named
But
Flip.
if there was a God, he would go back and turn the equipment off.
yeah,
Right? He would. He'd be like, hold on a second. You're not, I will smite you. Hold on. I'm turning your timers off.
Also, don't you think he'd be mad when you finally met him? You're like, you tried to trick me all these fucking years.
I saw you at Walmart.
You're worse than Tom the Atheist.
Yeah.
At least he just said, I don't believe in me.
He didn't lie.
Yeah, you didn't try to trick me. You tried to trick me.
You didn't lie to him.
Yeah, you lied.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's God's fault for not specifically outlawing everything. You got to have like codices.
True.
So we got an email from this BDM named Flip, who's also familiar with the Amish, who wrote us this long email describing what he's seen in Ohio. I guess he grew up there. And it goes...
Only in Ohio would a parent name somebody Flip.
It's his nickname. I forgot his real name. We
should start requiring people to put their real names. I do not like the name Flip. I do not like that name.
He mentioned it only at the end. But
you want me to read this?
Yeah, read it, because I found this fascinating, and it's so outside of my world of what I'm even familiar with that I find it crazy.
Yeah. You didn't have an Amish friend down in Miami?
No, that's all up in Ohio, northern.
You don't think there's one Amish in Miami? One Amish, Miami Amish.
Do you know what? Sarasota, they got a big Amish community. Like at some point, the like Pennsylvania Dutch or whatever were like, I think they got sold some swampland. And then they kind of made it like an Amish resort thing. But there's a big Amish, and apparently one of the best breakfast places in Florida.
Oh, I bet.
They got Amish farm fresh eggs and sausage and stuff.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Good evening, Tom and Dan. I was listening to ACT when you were talking to the Weird Job lady who would drive around the Amish. I was born and raised in northeastern Ohio, and I'm very familiar with the Amish. She mentioned taking them to Walmart. I lived near Middlefield, Ohio, and would travel through there quite a bit for work. The Walmart in Middlefield actually has an Amish parking lot for their horses and buggies. Part of the parking lot is just some hitching posts near the regular parking lot, but there's also some covered parking for the Amish horses during hot or bad weather days. Walmart would also keep fresh water and hay for them as well. It is the cleanest and most organized Walmart I've ever been in parentheses, probably unrelated to the Amish. Also, another weird but fantastic thing is some Amish families allow us English into their homes as Amish diners. You have to sign up months in advance, sometimes over a year in advance, to get in, and had to be at least a party of 10 and up to 25. They cook what is considered an Amish wedding dinner with everything raised and grown right there at the farm. It is definitely worth the wait and is absolutely delicious. The best thing as a kid was watching all the first-timers at the diners go and use the bathroom and spend a ridiculous amount of time looking for the light switches. That's funny. The fee for the dinners was never really discussed in the home. It was understood to leave the money, $14 to $18 per person, under the diner plate upon your departure. Tax-free, baby. The Amish in the area I grew up in were loaded. They are all highly sought after to build houses, make custom furniture, provide the Amish dinners, and also owned a lot of the bakeries in the area. And yes, the way to sign up for the dinners was to call the phone in the back of the shack at the edge of the property, exactly how she described.
So the having an Amish dinner and paying for that as like some sort of novelty, like a Renaissance fair, is I never, and it makes total sense. Like, of course, people you can go to an Amish community and they'll cook you dinner that all the shit they grew, like all their animals, a farm, they right there, and they'll cook you a dinner for money. And
can you pretend to be Amish?
No, they know.
Well, they know, but will they let you dress up like a reenactment? If I'm gonna go, I want to wear the little white shirt and the black pants, and I want to wear right.
Yeah.
Am I dumb
it
on
seems
this?
disrespectful to do otherwise.
Yes, thank you. At least somebody's on my team.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad Ross is around. This guy looks at me like I'm an idiot.
Right.
Yeah, you got to dress up. You got to wear the suspenders.
You're going to wear polyester to the Amish enclave?
Yeah.
No.
What are you going to wear, flip-flops?
You know what? Hold on. Now I think about
flip-flops.
when you go to a Jewish church and
synagogue?
They got like a box of yarmulkes?
Yeah, they give you one. They give you one and you put it on your...
I'm not putting an old dirty ass...
Yeah, but they want you to.
No, I think they're disposable.
Okay.
It's like a sock where you try on shoes if you like Tom goes in there.
Panty sock.
I went to the Orlando Magic doctor today, and he gave me a pair of disposable Orlando Magic basketball shorts.
What were they made of?
They're blue Magic basketball shorts, but they're disposable. I was like, can I keep these? They're like, sir, put them in the trash.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I'm poor. Let me keep these basketball shorts.
You should ask them if you could buy like a box of 100. How cool would it be to have new disposable shorts every morning?
Yeah, they're awesome. They're super long and ones. Dude, I rolled mine up.
You go to sleep at night and they just throw your underpants away at night? That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, Orlando Magic, Rothman Orthopedics. They got the home of the disposable Orlando Magic basketball shorts.
What were they made of?
Like a thin woven, I was wearing like an air conditioned filter. Like a blue Orlando Magic air conditioned filter. And no underwear. And it felt amazing.
Like a hospital gown material.
Yes,
like that
they're amazing. I would buy, you're right, I would buy a carton of them right now.
Yeah.
I was already making a scene because I was like, hey, they didn't like my chirping. They're real business there, but they were great. Man, this was the best doctor experience I ever had. But Orlando Magic basketball shorts, disposables.
In what other scenario besides the doctor would you, like what Ross said, you just put them on, throw them away?
Yeah, strip club.
Dude. Get out of bed in the morning because I need to change in the morning anyway.
Strip club, no pants. She's rubbing on it. Yeah. You come in them and you just take them off and just throw them out your sunroof.
Oh, man.
You don't even need to put, you know what I mean? And I think they're biodegradable. Totally natural.
You know what? You know you're going to a chili cook-off and it's just going to be a problem. Just wear some disposable.
Not bad. And they were roomy and they were elastic.
So, speaking of Daniel's medical problems.
Are we over the Amish already? I thought the Amish was good for
we're
30
still
minutes.
Amishing. We're still Amishing. I just went on a little side tangent.
We should go to this Amish breakfast place in Sarasota.
You want to go?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, what's the meal like? Did he give you he didn't say in the email what you get, but I can only imagine you get like a roast and potatoes and...
Got to be like a goose and like...
It's like a wedding dinner. Yeah.
Like a ham.
Although, like I'm kind of skeptical that are they giving the people that pay for their dinner the high quality stuff that they eat, or are they buying the shit at Walmart and selling it? You're
right.
Because they're not going to Walmart.
Because if you scam, everyone scams.
What? And then it's like maybe that is against their religion to do that, but maybe since they don't, there's a lot of no talking about it. The people just go to dinner and they assume this is
a lot of assumptions. You took it out of my mouth. Yeah.
And the Amish is like, hey, we're cooking you Walmart meat, our fucking meat.
This isn't prime. This is garbage.
I'm saving
for
that. Ourselves.
You think I'm going to serve a goat to you that I'm going to serve my daughter? Are you crazy?
Also, what are they buying at Walmart?
That's the thing. They buy
Pokemon cards. I don't know. It's the first thing I thought of.
Those.
Yeah, what if they are? What if they're buying something crazy? Xbox Series X.
Also, like, what? Okay, so, like, do the rules stop at the wall of the enclave, right? The phone's there, Walmart's
now you've
out
done
there.
It. This is going to drive Ross crazy.
Every time you can just leave the enclave and do it. Can you just go to a fucking whorehouse and, like, just fuck crazy and then come back?
During
and, like,
Rumspringer, you can't.
I know about Rumspringer.
But not that.
But I'm saying, like, if you can just go to Walmart and buy, like, I don't know, screws and a screwdriver or whatever, like, modern stuff.
Well, Kara's saying they have generators that they'll use on property and stuff. Like, they're not allowed to have electricity, but they'll use generators.
Bullshit. I want to go and judge the Amish. If you're Amish and you got a generator, I'm shutting you the fuck down.
Like Tom and I were saying this like after the whole call. We were like, it's all bullshit. Like he even says that here. He says, my daughter, when my daughter was in high school in 4-H, she would hang out with the Amish kids during Rumspringa. They would go get completely shit-faced and party at bonfires out in the middle of nowhere, or get rides to house parties in town. After they changed out of their Amish clothes, of course. 2 of my sons played baseball in a county league that played Amish teams. It was weird looking out on the field and seeing our team in nice uniforms and the other team wearing button-up shirts, suspenders, and no shoes.
Oh, shit.
What? I feel like now that's the way baseball should be played. I feel like no shoes.
Did they have gloves? Did they have did they have a catcher's mitt, or was he just have like a flour sack over his head?
He continues. He says they sucked at baseball.
Oh, no shit.
And the Amish home field was trash too, but they all had fun. Also, you couldn't understand what most of the little kids were saying. They would speak in a combination of English, German, Dutch, and slackjaw yokel. Kind of like Tom.
Fuck you, sir.
Yeah, fuck you. That's not nice.
You could have skipped over that part. I read that part, and I was like, when Daniel's reading it,
I read it for Ross.
Email of the year.
I read it for Ross.
Only for Ross.
Only for Ross. The Amish taxi thing is a really good side hustle, but you never wanted to use your daily driver vehicle due to the poor hygiene of some of the Amish. You would normally see them getting driven around in extended vans with a driver's window down, even when it was snowing. My ex-wife worked for a chiropractor, which was the only, quote, doctor the Amish would use. On Saturdays, the taxis would drop the Amish off by the tens, wait for them to get adjusted, and then Amish would carry around drug dealer-sized stacks.
Yeah, because they all deal in cash.
Yeah,
right?
They only deal in cash.
So wonder why a chiropractor is the only doctor they see. The only doctor we'll see is the fake one.
Yeah, the only doctor that's not electrified, like with knowledge.
It's probably because it's the only kind of doctor still around from 1825. Everything else has been upgraded.
Yeah, it cracks the demons out of your bones.
Yeah, this one still uses leeches. Okay, I'm in.
You don't go to the barber for dentistry anymore, but the chiropractor's still around.
Sorry, we have to bloodlet this. Okay, that's my guy. Oddly enough, that's what they're going to do with my hips. They're going to bloodlet them. They just cut my love handles and just let them ooze for a while.
Get the demons out.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Daniel's hips, I thought about this the other day. So, Daniel's going through this process of getting his hips replaced, and he can't walk.
If my wife hadn't chirped up some lady in the bus line, or not the pickup line, then I would not have had my appointment today, because Andrea apparently talked to the god of orthopedics, or the god of orthopedics' wife here in town, and I got an appointment the next day, and I have my appointment with the surgeon on Monday. So I'm fast tracking this, man. Let's start the cutting. Let's cut these legs off.
Grab some more of those shorts while you're there.
Yeah, I'm going to grab a box of them.
So
the doctor was cool. He remembered me and Tom from doing our announcements with Orlando City.
Oh, really?
And he's like, "You're the funny one." No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. You didn't deserve that. He didn't say that. You didn't deserve that. I said that.
the other one was fat and nervous and sweating so much.
The other one, his titties sweated so much he changed his life.
I would do no effort to make myself look good, which I'm sure the people that work there were like, God damn.
This guy's got titty sweat. His hair's all over the place.
This motherfucker is sunburned and sweating. He's like, why doesn't he try to look better?
I remember the sunburn. I forgot about the sunburn.
And it's like, I don't want to do it. You pick someone
I just want to sit at the gay bar and drink.
You need good-looking people.
All we wanted to
care.
do is sit at Stonewall Bar and just get shit-faced.
Anyway, so...
Is it possible that they hired you to look all sunburned and sweaty to be like an everyman for everybody?
No.
We need to get a redneck interested in soccer.
Yeah.
For sure, they were all looking around like, we need to change this.
And they did.
Yeah. So, good thing. I would have told them. I was like, I'm not cut out for this. So, we've been in the studio at this location for damn near 9 years, right?
Yeah.
And in the 9 years we've been here, now, just to describe to the audience, there's there's parallel parking all down the street that we use all the time.
Yep.
And there's one directly in front of our studio, there's one handicap space.
Correct.
That is the closest parking space to our studio, right? And in the entire 9 years of me being here, I have never witnessed anybody park there with a handicap placard.
No.
Including Jana Banana, who wouldn't even park there. She parked across the street.
Yeah, she did.
And
which is weird. We didn't understand why. I thought that was like a flex.
Well,
why are you doing that?
Well, you can make the argument that she can do more than you can.
She can. She's certainly more capable than me now.
I saw a video of her water skiing the other day. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. I can't even get in a boat. I couldn't lift my leg to get it in a boat.
I will put Jana Banana against a lot of our listeners' water skiing competition, including EJ, really everybody.
I just want to see her ski against EJ, and she hates fat people.
But
so that's gonna be
Anyway, so the no one uses handicap parking space, right? No one. And I started looking at it, and I was like, man, what a waste of that space, that if no one's going to use it.
I'm a rapper now.
And then I started thinking, I was like, I wonder if Daniel could technically qualify for a handicap placard and actually use the space.
Okay,
now,
that's insulting.
This is
now you're trying to attack me back.
No.
This is an attack back. This is a back attack.
Why are you starting?
I know what a goddamn back attack is.
But I did. I was and I was like, I wonder
if he was doing this in a vacuum, yes. Like if he was just saying, Daniel, my partner in business, I wonder if you could qualify for a handicap placard. But you do have an issue with your legs.
Yes,
you have a leg issue right now.
That is, a doctor would sign off on this.
I feel Ross pulling over to Tom's side.
You have a medical issue.
Yeah, this is not fake.
That is impeding your locomotion.
Yeah.
If this space is for anyone.
Yeah. But listen, I was skeptical at first, just like the audience when Daniel said he had to get his hips replaced the first time. I was like, what's happening again?
He really
and
did.
then finally, a doctor was like, all verified. I was like, oh shit, it's real.
Oh yeah, he lies all the time. And finally, he's not lying. Oh, the one time he didn't lie, the fucking midget liar. They're on my show.
He should have been eaten by a wolf by now. But I started thinking, I was like, if Daniel could qualify for a handicap placard and he could park there, at least.
Well, how do I get it? Before I shit all over this.
Our guest just said it's easy.
I am.
Only because you brought him up.
Only
because you brought him up.
Forgot about that.
Sir, did you park in that spot today?
No, I didn't know it was there.
Nobody fucking uses it.
Yeah. Well, it's not painted. Nobody knows because it's not painted correctly.
But I will.
So if I use it, then I'm gonna paint it. I'm gonna paint it like a senior paints his parking space at high school.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna put like some
Daniel class of 2025.
Yeah, I'm gonna put like
a Grim Reaper in there or something.
Salt Life.
So now
Monster Energy.
out of anything in society, because I started thinking deeply about this handicap parking. Like the handicap parking space, I feel like for the majority of my life, I've seen people park there without the placard and stuff like that, but in general, people in society seem to respect the parking space, right?
I think I'd agree with that.
Like,
yeah.
out of
all the shit that I see people fuck up carts, nobody takes their cart back. That's done.
Yeah.
That's a done thing. But I don't.
People don't park.
I don't see that
in
many
general.
do it. But you can get a massive fucking ticket, right?
And there's a whole Seinfeld about it.
No. But
That's true.
it does seem like that's not really a problem that we see all the time.
I don't know if Andrea is going to sign off on this though, because you're talking about the woman that wouldn't even let me use my dead mother's placard, and it was still good for 3 months. I'm like, dude,
well, that's using
free
someone else.
placard.
No, but if you qualified for it, because I did look, then I started looking at the stipulations, and it is not that hard to qualify for. And one of the stipulations is you have a severe walking limitation due to orthopedic nerve damage or arthritic
we both
condition.
have that.
No,
we can both be using that.
No,
you have a nerve thing.
in my hands.
Yeah. That's right. We can
start walking on your hands.
Yeah.
I don't know. But so this brings me to a bigger question. If Daniel did qualify for it legally,
how quickly can I get it?
Write the paperwork, and then they send it to him, and Daniel started parking there. How many people would be mad about it?
Oh,
because you can walk fine, kind of. It hurts you, but
no, I can walk fine. No. Let's not bullshit. I walk fine.
But hold on,
it hurts, but I walk fine.
Hold on, but you got the list right there. Give us the most bullshit reason you can get one. Like
that I told you. That's the rest of them are real.
I started with the bullshit.
Yeah. The rest are like a wheelchair and a lot of other actual.
Really
but
there's nothing like you can get a placard if you're partially colorblind or like something dumb like that.
That's the most. Okay. Yeah. It's all walking. Now
but would I have to limp?
Okay.
Would I have to limp to my car?
No.
Limp to use?
So, and there's another thing at play here. When my pop-up was still alive, when he broke his neck and he was going to rehab and stuff like this.
Tough man.
The doctor gave him a handicap placard because
he don't want that shit. Slap it out of his hand.
Yeah.
Get that shit away from me.
He wouldn't even let me put it in his car.
Yeah, I'll slap it. Yeah. It'll make his car.
He's like, I don't want that.
Old men, they get mad. They're yelling.
I ain't handicapped. I guarantee you he said that.
He called it a goddamn Obama sticker.
Yeah. Start stepping on it.
Why.
Piss on it. Unzip his pants.
I was like, Pop-Up, you have a broken neck. I'm like, let me at least put it in your car for emergency.
Get that shit out of here.
He does like, get that. Yeah, you didn't want it. So
by that point, he was just using the word Obama, like Smurfs use the word Smurf.
I didn't.
My truck, was an Obama truck.
I didn't think the Obama Bam thing was real. That was 100% real. That's a real thing. That's a real sign of disrespect. He didn't like that man.
So then now I can imagine there's a lot of old people that are sent this for legitimate reasons that should be able to use it that don't use it because they view it as weak, or they're like, no, let someone else.
My mom didn't use hers.
Let someone else that needs it use it. And then if you notice, if you go to next time you're going around, there's a lot of empty handicap spaces out there in general. Like, and
you want to fill those up. Tom Van wants to fill those in.
No. Hold
on, I like this.
I'm just saying.
You should run for governor.
It seems like no one's using this service that the government is offering, and it seems like a waste, right?
Because most handicapped people don't go anywhere.
No, I'm just saying it's out of percentages. It doesn't seem like it's not always full. Like there's always a handicap space open at Publix. So I'm just saying I've never seen them all full.
That's because they're there for people to utilize when they need them, Tom. Just like every building has a ramp, because there's not a line of people in wheelchairs.
I want a line of wheelchairs.
Just because there's not people continuously using the ramp like constantly,
I know.
It doesn't mean that the ramp isn't useful. Do you get that?
I know it's
I would love to see like 30, 40 wheelchairs just piled up.
Just constantly.
Just piled up a line.
Now, I know it's coming off like I'm trying to convince people to take advantage of the system and use the spaces. I'm just saying I see things being unused, and it bothers me, and that's one space, and if Daniel can fill out the paperwork, you
go into the bathroom and there's like a baby changing table. Just because there isn't a baby on it, like all the time, it doesn't mean it's not useful and doesn't serve a purpose.
There's no baby on it. Get this
fucking thing out of here.
In 9 years, I've never seen anybody park there. Not one person like that.
Well, but this one, I think this one. Okay, I'm gonna have to over-explain this.
No one's using it.
I don't think anyone knows. It hasn't been maintained. The roads down here are
Maintained.
shit. Yeah, it has to be painted. It's supposed to be blue,
No,
right?
there's a sign.
No,
it's
supposed.
blue.
It's bare duty. You can barely tell that's a handicap
No,
spot.
it's a big sign.
It's a big sign, China.
Here's how I
Beautiful
can.
sign.
Other people just park there, and no one does. It's open all the time.
No,
Like,
they park in front of it.
Well,
yeah, there's a little motorcycle space.
Yeah, the
I
motorcycle
parked there.
space.
it's not a motorcycle space. There's a little it's so you can get your if you are driving,
Yeah.
you need to get out and get
It's
your
for your
wheelchair
chair,
out.
yeah.
If you got like a trailer with a motorized chair or something, so you have access. But it is like
I thought it was a motorcycle.
It looks
Motorcycles
like
are
a
way
half
cooler.
of a parking spot, and people park in it. People park in that thing all the time.
You know why I know that?
I do that.
I had to correct my dad one time. He's like, "Come over here, boy. This is motorcycle parking." I'm like, "No, it's not, Dad. Absolutely not motorcycle parking. I know you think it's cool."
Anyway, I'm just saying. And that's been Tom Van's I'm Just Saying. Because he's never going to do it. And no one's, but it's just like, it's a.
Well, now you're calling me a pussy. You don't think I'll do it?
It's a service.
No, now he's calling me a pussy.
And it
I'll
does,
definitely do it.
It does. Out of all the things that I've seen people,
I'll do it
grift
just to
and
make you
scam,
mad now.
Like no one scam. Like if anybody has a handicap plaque or is not handicapped and uses that shit, be like you would be embarrassed. Right? Other people would look down at you, and be like,
Should be.
"Holy shit,
Yeah.
you're a piece of shit." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm surprised that it hasn't gotten to the point where it's all ruined. I'm just saying,
gonna do it.
society's not that bad.
I'm gonna do it now because you're kind of calling, but you're like, he'll never do it. I'm gonna fucking do it now.
Yeah.
And then
I
I'm
don't
gonna park up there, and you're gonna be like, God, I wish I'd done it.
Yeah. But then you'll be embarrassed to get out because people will be, you think
I'm never.
judging
I get
you.
out of my car now and it plays Outcast when I get out. It
That is-
plays-
yeah,
I get
stop
out of my
that, by
car
the way.
now and he hates it. When you get out of my car, it's like. Ain't nobody can tell me. So fast, it's so click, click, click.
Yeah.
It's loud as fuck. It's so loud.
Yeah,
And
turn that off, by
no,
the way.
I'll
That's
never turn it
embarrassing.
off.
Yeah, every song in that Outcast album sounds the same anyway.
And the last subject I want to
No. I want to. We're not done with this yet. What's Tom Van? You're king of the world. What's your plan with all these unused parking spaces that these goddamn cripples
Housing.
aren't getting to?
Turn 'em into
What
housing.
What should we do with these parking spaces for these people if they're not using them?
No, all I'm saying is that I think people that have some legitimate reason, like Daniel, the fact is he got to get his
injured.
hips replaced,
Yeah, I gotta
and when
get
he
my
gets
hip
his hip replaced, he's gonna be hobbled for a while before he rehabs it, right? And I'm like,
God,
during that time, if he could use the space right in front of our studio, it seems like, and then
Hold on,
and
this
then
is like low key. You're bullying.
and
me,
then
because
when
you've
he's
never been this nice to me.
No, but then when he's better, he'll stop using
but
it.
he never looks out for me. So there's something of like, I feel like you're like, look at him. Like he'll stand at the window like beating off. Look at how weak he is. I made him use that fucking handicap. Look at that guy. Right? Am I right?
I'll be in my truck. This is a business style.
Parked in that little half spot behind you.
It just bothers me when like programs are unused and they're meant for a purpose.
Look at
This
this.
is-
Yeah, Doge.
This is what I want to get back
Like
to.
money
Look at this
goes,
guy.
like our tax
Yeah.
money goes to these things,
So
right?
you
I
and
don't
a
know.
ragtag team of teen hackers are going to take on the government.
I'm just saying, if you can utilize them, maybe you should.
I'm going to do it.
Daniel should
Would you
utilize
be
it for
impressed?
6 months.
Would you be impressed or instantly embarrassed that?
Instantly embarrassed. But in theory, this all sounds legit, right?
But don't do it.
Well, because I don't. That's why no one does it. Is because they're like, oh, I don't need it. I'll save it for other people. But then it goes unused.
And since nobody's using them, we should take them away. And what should we do with them instead?
Well, I mean, I would like
Ooh.
a higher tax bracket parking.
Yeah.
I learned this from
Oh, we know. We absolutely know.
Hey, and then it's like if you pay,
Yeah,
sort of amount,
pay to play,
I'll
yeah.
just say,
You get what you get.
I'll make an argument that
What about this one? I think I haven't seen it in a while, but they used to have expectant mother parking. What about that
It
one?
used to make me mad. It used to make me mad a little bit. If I'm just being honest, I used to see it and be like, this is bullshit. But I don't know. Like, there are some complicated pregnancies out there. You know what I mean? Like, I've never carried a baby, so
let them
I don't know.
use the handicap. They're not using them. Like they start to make it extra expected.
All right.
Like
So we're just going to funnel it down. It's trickle down parking spaces is what we're doing. We're going to have the expecting mother parking become the handicap.
Yeah, just let them use it too. If no one,
Combined
if
it.
not
It's
that
like,
many,
like getting rid of the. It's like getting rid of the, like getting rid of the Department of Education and like picking up the slack with Department of Labor. I love it.
And then if we get to a point where they fill up, and then now we got a problem we'll fix. To add some
Sounds
more.
great.
But they're not filled, and no one's using
This
them.
guy's an idea guy. You know when he gets stuff done.
Now, how about this? Okay.
Tom argued that there shouldn't be handicap parking.
Yeah, we all say that. You don't 100% say that. AI always goes negative.
So the blue ones are legally mandated. Okay. The expected mother. That's kind of whatever. Who's going to take that because it'd be rude or whatever. But they always have like 4 spots for like online order pickup that are never used. Never used. And there's nothing legal about that. The state legislature never passed a law about that.
Snake. You guys are killing it.
And like, I don't give a shit if you're ordering your groceries online. There's nothing magical or fucking biblical or miraculous about that. Like, you know what? I'm going to start taking those spots.
I'll tell you right now, between you and Tom, there will be no parking spot waste in this motherfucker when you guys get done. Holy shit. Tightening up the parking space.
Less people are using it. We don't have fucking COVID anymore. What the hell is this shit?
This is the only thing you guys have ever agreed on is slashing parking space.
It's right up front. Yeah. Nobody's ever using it.
If there's 3 open, you could use one of them.
There's 4 open.
If there's one.
And they're always open. There's 4.
Constantly.
The green ones you're talking about. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
And they're like the best spots.
They are the best spots. And they're clean. Have you noticed that? You know why they're clean? No one uses them. There you go.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're very clean.
Will any employee tell you, like, hey, sir, you're not allowed to park there? I don't think so.
No, you know why? Special needs. Everyone at Publix is special needs. Not one person in there.
Lowe's, it's like that's where I see them. Lowe's that I go to all the time has 3 empty.
Okay, now I'm going to tread lightly because we are up against the break. But I'm going to tread lightly because the two of you are the parking czars.
Yes.
How do you feel about electric vehicle parking, EVs? How do you feel about EVs?
No, it should be an automatic trap door.
I figured you guys would hate it. Because we do get really good parking. Like sometimes I'll show up and there's no EVs and it's right up front and I get to charge. It's awesome.
It's for charging purpose, if they've put a charger there, okay, fine. Like obviously this business has made a decision, they're catering to you. That's well and good. But like if it's just a sign that says EV parking, I'll probably kick that sign over.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
Okay. Last question, Ross. Have you heard of warm mineral springs? Because I came across this on TikTok the other day, and now this could be a goddamn Peter the Dolphin. In fact, that we brought this up at one point during the show. But when I saw it, I was like, "What the fuck? I've never even heard of this."
If we preface anything we say by saying, "Hey, this could be a Peter the Dolphin," we're good.
But so
you guys have been in this studio for you're going to repeat stuff.
Dude, we've been doing this for we're coming in for 20 years, buddy.
So there's a warm springs that's 85 year round.
Now I'm aware of them in Georgia. I know up in Georgia they have them, but like I assumed everything south of like the Panhandle was coming up from the aquifer and therefore cold.
Yeah, I didn't research why these are warm. It has to be geological in some way.
It's because Peter the Dolphin. He's warm.
It's jacking off crazy. But a lot of friction.
I've never heard of any geological warmness in Florida.
Shred Bear says they smell like poo-poo.
Yeah, sulfur. I bet they're sulfur. Yeah.
So this is in Northport, Florida, which is like 20 minutes from
which we really wisely put in the south of Florida.
Yeah, like like Sarasota, Minnesota, Key.
Never thought of that. Yeah. Well, thank you, Ross.
Near Sarasota, and there's a huge.
It's right by that Amish breakfast place.
A huge warm springs.
Yeah.
It's 85 year round. It's gigantic too. It's not like a little tiny hole.
And
huge
I'm not familiar.
Springs.
So you can swim. You can. Is it like a national park or what?
This is a state park like any other springs in Florida.
Do they have it set up for like mineral bathing and stuff? Because like the ones I'm aware of in Georgia, they'll do like one I know of like did it like the hot spring is at the top and they do like a tiered system. They'll have like it pours out into like one at the top and it's super hot, and then the middle one's kind of warm, and the bottom one's it's still mineral water, but it's cooled off significantly by that point.
This looked like a giant circle spring that had like a lifeguard, and then like you walk in there.
Springs is like that.
Wakaiwa, yeah.
I actually kind of like that. That's old Florida.
It is fun, yeah.
Kind of like a sinkhole spring.
And you got to paint the edge aqua to make us think we're like at a spring, right?
And then that usually has the water's coming in from just the ground there in a big flow.
At 85 all year long. So we have both. We have the 72, 85.
I'm finding some shit out about Florida because I know Ross loves Florida.
Love Florida.
Did you know that Florida had horses before Texas?
I mean, yes, that makes sense.
The Spaniards brought them here.
They brought them.
Yeah, and they were the little cracker horses. But like between this and the Springs, like I love Florida, man. I want to see these. And what kind of mineral do they have? Any healing properties?
They say,
I'm sure at the time, it was Fountain of Youth. And,
Ponce de Leon thinks that this shit is doing something.
You're absolutely correct of when we talked about this, so we'll get no emails. We had a gentleman come in who was an author, and he talked about there were rich people that would build hotels around these mineral springs, and then they would tout it as the first rich, almost like resorts you would go to cleanse your body.
Yeah,
that's when we talked about it.
The one in Georgia that's famous, it's called like the President's House or something. One of the presidents had it, would come down every winter and just taking these hot springs in Georgia.
Yeah, and everybody thinks the minerals and they're like, oh, it's good for you. No, it doesn't do nothing.
No, I use bath salts all the time. I'll take a nice hot bath and put some bath salts in there, and it does stuff. Yeah.
Is it? There's any science behind that?
It says right on the label.
Epsom salt does supposedly.
Well, what does it do?
I drink it. It gives me diarrhea. Is that
also right on the label?
Yeah,
and it says you can use it to water your plants too.
Yeah, you can do
it's
that.
Good for everything.
Like Fabuloso. I put that on the head of my penis to keep it fresh.
What flavor? Purple?
Yeah, keeps it the purple one. Yeah. That's the OG
purple.
one. Yeah.
Go purple.
Let's take a break, buddy.
Let's take a break.
Yes.
When we come back, I've got some bizarre Super Bowl facts to tell Ross because I'm sure he's looking forward to the Super Bowl.
He's got his Super Bowl socks on. He's never been happier with a Super Bowl.
And we got a bunch of stuff to talk about.
Too many things to get to. The name of the band, CRX. The name of the song, Mean to Be Cold. We'll be right back. 1-844-TOMNDAN if you would like to call. Show at TomandDan.com if you would like to leave an email. We are open to either. I didn't know I was a pinball dude. But I am 100% a pinball dude. This Godzilla pinball machine that we have in our studio has really changed. My whole family, we will walk down every weekend. The family will walk down here, and we use this as our personal game room. And you can do that, too, within your own home, within your own business. You can rent your very own badass pinball machine from our good friends, thepinballdudes.net.
Yep. Call BDM Andrew. This is his cell phone number. Text or call him. He knows everything about pinball machines. He's the one that's going to deliver the pinball machine to your business or home. He's the one that's going to change it out. He'll set it up for you. I'm
really fighting the urge to call him a pinball wizard. I will not do that.
His number is 321-591-1062. Like I said, just text him, ask him. They've got a huge store in Jupiter. You can play all the pinball machines.
There's really not a pinball machine that they haven't done, whether it's 1960s, 70s, electromechanical, 70s throughout the 80s, the solid state pinball machines. If you came in contact with it, pretty confident they can track it down.
Also, if you're a Tom and Dan listener, let him know. It'll get you free delivery.
Yep.
But Daniel's right. You put a pinball machine in your house or in your business.
I want one so bad.
It shows your customer first. The customer's like, "Oh, cool." They say, they play it. Then it's also a piece of art and furniture combined that you could play.
Let me give you a real example. Okay, not local, national touring comedian Killer Bees. Right, we had him in last week. He's been on our show 10 times. He walked in. He's like, "Wow, you guys must be doing great." They saw the pinball machine. He's like,
it's a sign.
Yeah, it's a sign of wealth.
It's like an expensive piece of art.
I'll just say what I want to say. Expensive. If you have a pinball machine in your house, you're better than the people that don't.
Yeah. They know it.
Yeah, they know it.
It's thepinballdudes.net.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. Eric will be at the Food Truck Fiesta this Sunday in Sanford. So they've been doing this for years now, and basically a huge food truck event right there between West End and Celery.
Yeah,
and Eric will be out there with his tent and Tom and Dan stuff. He got, cheap T-shirts, a bunch of giveaways, and go say what's up there.
Yeah, go say hi to him. Get yourself some gear.
So
Ross is here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, Ross McCoy.
So,
hanging out with us today.
Super Bowl is this Sunday.
Yes.
Ross, where do you watch the Super Bowl?
I'm not going to watch the Super Bowl.
You're not going to watch it?
You know, I kind of respect that. If you are not a sportsman,
turn it on and see what's going on.
if you're not a sportsman, it does my heart good to see you go like, I'm not into that. And
Not even for the commercials anymore. I don't even care.
I like that.
I'll probably just play Marvel Rivals through it.
You know that a lot of people are like that.
What about the halftime? Kendrick Lamar doesn't...
The weekend one I watched. Other than that, I'm not interested. No.
Yeah. It's not my favorite pick. You know, I know. I think I'm in the minority there. I think a lot of people are excited to see Kendrick Lamar, perform the halftime show and possibly call Drake a pedophile.
So that's a big thing in the gambling world.
He is doing the song. Apparently, as of Wednesday, it was confirmed via TMZ that he is doing the song because Wednesday at noon you have to submit your plans. You know, hey, this is our schematic for what we're doing, and it is on the list. The decision is now in the hands of the NFL and the NFL's legal team because they have to decide whether or not they want to do what I believe ABC did with the Grammys and air the portion of the song where he actually refers to Drake as a pedophile, because is that defamation? Well, I don't know. On the Grammys, 5,000 people stood up and sang a minor, and I don't know. That seems like you might have.
But they aired it.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it seems like you might have a case, especially if you're not a pedophile. If you're airing. Everyone in Hollywood saying that he is. You know what I mean? It just seems, I don't know.
Is that lawsuit still going on, or is that dropped it, or what? I don't know.
I'm not as active in it as maybe I should be for a quote, talk show person, but yeah.
A couple facts that I saw on social media. Did you know that...
Still going, Kupo said. Thank you, Kupo.
The AFC and the NFC are exactly tied at 29 wins each.
Yeah.
It's Super Bowl 59. Both AFC and NFC have won equal amount of times.
You know what?
In 58 Super Bowls.
You know, when you said that, what it made me think of, it was like Kennedy's secretary was Lincoln. Lincoln's secretary is Kennedy. It's a very, what the hell? So they're tied.
Also, no player from Alabama has ever scored a touchdown or any point in the Super Bowl.
Not even Forrest Gump?
No, he did.
Which is weird for football fans that know a lot of players have been drafted out of Alabama, but no one's ever scored a point.
That's a good party fact.
Yeah.
That'll rattle some people at the, the Southern NCAA water
cooler.
Has
every other state sent somebody?
No.
It's just because they send a lot of people.
Yeah. Just because Alabama players make a lot of NFL teams. Never been a punt return. Nearly 1/3 of all Super Bowls have Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes have played in because they've been there so many times.
That's a gross stat.
And
wow.
Super Bowl's not that old, though.
No.
It's not like going back to medieval times or anything. It's
true,
just like our grandpa's time.
It's already in the 60s.
Also, when you go back and
59.
But when you go back and look at it too, I love the look of the sidelines in the earlier days because it didn't reek of stinking money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just
these were smoking on the bench.
It looked like a normal. It looked like Orlando Predators.
Yeah.
You know, it was so not rinky dink, but it just wasn't. What we see now.
It was in the years when they had off-season jobs.
Yeah, it was straight up developmental.
Yeah.
It looks cooler for some reason.
I've bitched about this before, but the Roman numerals in the Super Bowl and the fact that they still use them, I bitch, and no one understands what the fuck these are.
Yeah.
And
I made you even more mad yesterday when I told you a random fact.
Yeah, and then in Super Bowl 50, 9 years ago, they didn't use the Roman numerals. They just said Super Bowl 50. And it didn't see,
which proves to Tom
you have the ability. Yeah, you can do it.
It's the worst thing you could have ever done to him.
And I would have made the arguments if no one, there was no outrage. Where's the Roman numerals? And I don't remember anybody mentioning this. And just go on.
Well, you weren't in Rome at the time. Though. They were flipping out.
Just from that on, then you should have just started using 51, 52, and just dropped the Roman numerals. You had the perfect opportunity. Yeah. You did it, and then no one said anything, just fucking do it.
I never understood why they did a number and why they just didn't do Super Bowl 25, Super Bowl 24.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
why are we doing a number? Who cares? Just do it of the year. And then it's always the Super Bowl
of that year.
And then
you know why? Because 50 in Roman numerals is L, and they didn't want it to be Super Bowl L.
Super Bowler.
Well, this year's is LIV,
Yeah, but it's not take the L, L for,
Well, this?
If it would have been Super Bowl W, they would have been all over it. But like Super Bowl L, they didn't want
so
it.
this
such
is
a,
Super Bowl Live.
Sure.
Super Bowl Live Strong.
You better wear a
That's
yellow
what I would
bracelet
think.
with this one, motherfucker.
Super Bowl Live Strong testicles. Testicles.
The NFL went through 73 versions of a logo with the letter L and decided it didn't work.
73 versions. They got that money, man.
Poor bastard. They
So
sent
much
back to
money.
a cubicle 73 fucking times and then they didn't use any of them.
No, there was probably freelance and they got paid. They probably got paid. It's unusable art that these people are like, yeah, I got $10K for that. Never saw the light of day.
So another thing that we were talking about this week on a corporate time is the Marcus Jordan.
Is why are there handicapped stalls? Like, that's not even legal.
They're too big. Nobody
uses
need to be that
them.
big.
Yeah,
Who's
they're
using
never being
these?
used. Let's get rid of them.
Using them?
Start growing crops in there.
So, Marcus Jordan, Michael Jordan's son, got arrested by Maitland PD this week for DUI and cocaine.
Just Super Bowl and make that L the L, you fucking idiots. Like, how hard is this?
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so we've been talking about it for the past couple days, and some new audio and video, I guess, came out of him being actually booked in jail, right?
This is him driving with the cops. He's in the back of the car.
Does he still go to UCF? Is that why he's in town?
No,
Or-
he's like 34
He's
now.
105 years old now.
That was like 09. That
Yeah.
he-
But so, like, he went to school there and then was like, you know what? I like Orlando. I'm going to live there.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
That was weird because
It
I
was
assume
weird.
he's
And-
got unlimited money.
and
You got to figure, right?
And he's a pillar of the community. We're so lucky to have him. I mean, it's a
just
great
learning
guy.
he's still in town.
Yeah,
Like,
this is a great man. We're so lucky to have Marcus Jordan. What a wonderful person.
He was on his way to Castleberry Rituals. There's it next to my house.
Yeah, he was going by. He's going to pick you up.
Dude,
I could have been
You
there
should
with
have
Michael
started that
Jordan's
rumor.
son.
You should have started the rumor he's going to swing by and pick you up. Tommy and Max are asleep. Swing through.
And nothing
Pull up.
against my hometown, but why is he here? why
Why does he live in Castleberry?
So, I don't know. I assume he lives in Winter Park, but why?
No, he lives in Castleberry. He tells people he lives in Winter Park. You know how to do this. Do you want to see the new
Yeah,
one?
okay,
This is the newest one. All right, let me get this ready so everybody can see it here.
Because he's doing the stereotypical. He said a Michael Jordan son.
Do you know who I am?
He actually
he's already done that at this point. This is him
He
in
got
the
his
back of the squad car.
car stuck on the railroad tracks because he turned right drunk onto the railroad tracks and it got stuck on the side of the gravel, you
Yeah.
know, and then the cops pulled up and like, hey,
Super
and he's like, hey,
reasonable. Happens to all of us.
yeah.
and he tells the cop, he's like, hey, can you help me get this off of here?
Here. And he covers that at this. Okay, this is from TMZ Sports. This is the third of the. We've covered this for 3 different days. It just keeps getting worse. This is the third one. This is him in the back of the car.
Y'all feel great, right? Y'all feel great. Y'all did something good. Right? Y'all can smile tomorrow. Y'all talk to y'all.
He's saying, y'all feel great. Y'all feel great. Y'all can smile tomorrow. You got the illustrious Marcus Jordan.
So he's giving them the equivalent of like, how do you sleep at night for pulling him off of the train tracks?
Yeah.
Fuck.
He was driving a goddamn Lamborghini SUV. There was some chick that then the cop went up to her. She just rolled up the window.
Apparently Tracy knows
and
who
they
it
were
is.
And the cops were super polite and nice to her.
Tracy knows the girl.
And
she put it in the chat room. Apparently Tracy
really?
found out who the girl was. But he continues a little bit. Why this is funny is...
Brought in Marcus Jordan.
So the
Is Marcus Jordan are you like popular or something? I don't know exactly what the fuck it is. I don't know.
So he's saying, you got Marcus Jordan. And the cop goes, Marcus Jordan, are
Like,
you famous or something?
right.
And he goes, you know exactly who the fuck I am, motherfucker.
By the way, Marcus, you got to say Michael Jordan's son.
Yeah, you can't say Marcus Jordan. Nobody knows who that is.
There is a fair amount of Jordans out there.
Yeah.
So you have to,
Montel Jordan? If he said Marcus Jordan, I'd be Montel Jordan?
you're gonna say,
This is how I
like,
am,
I'm Michael
man.
Jordan's son. And then the cop was, I mean, right at this point,
This is
he said it 5 times that a Michael Jordan son, so he knew he
That
just
guy's
fucking with him.
around, yeah.
Shout out to this cop listening to, I think, the Steve Miller Band while he's taking a nap.
Oh, wait, the music. Okay, glad you mentioned the music, Ross.
I don't know who you are, man. I've never met you. Yeah. Okay. Can you turn this up? I like this song.
He goes, turn this up. I like this song.
A little louder. A little louder.
He put on a little.
It's Survivor.
Yeah, Survivor.
Did he turn it up?
Yes, the cop turned it up. And then so Marcus Jordan starts singing Survivor. And in which case he starts yelling at the cop more about how you should have helped me. Why didn't you help me? Then he doubles back again about Michael Jordan's son. Then apparently when he gets to go into booking, he says, I hate the music you guys have on here. Please put on some Mariah Carey. I need some holiday spirit. He said he needed holiday spirit. Yeah. He wanted like Christmas music when he got to the actual police station. He wanted Christmas music.
Well, yeah, this happened this week.
This is all on a Monday night. This is a Monday night. Well, this guy must have had the most fun of any young man, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to look at the positives
when
here.
he's saying holiday music, maybe he meant Black History Month.
Okay.
Although Mariah Carey, I guess.
She's the queen of Christmas.
Yeah.
Queen of Black History Month, if you ask me.
I know that means a lot to you.
but
I'm glad you're still celebrating.
The fact that he's being a dick to the cops and he's like, I can't. He's like, you fucking. You feel good about taking me to jail over nothing, and it's like you were parked on the train tracks, like you got stuck on the train tracks because you were drunk.
Yeah.
And you have cocaine on you.
Yeah, and he was going. He was going to his last stop, I guess, which was Rachel's. And God, I haven't been to. I mean, like, none of us have been to a strip club in forever. You been to a strip club? No, I haven't been. I don't even know what it's like now.
It's pretty much the same.
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, I don't
harder to find the strippers.
Yeah, but I thought it was just like bikini clubs now, right? It's just
and they read your Dr. Seuss books. It's really weird.
No, I feel like a lot of the same stuff is going on.
Yeah.
But I'm a guy, like, my position on DUI is if, like, you're fucking hammered and you drive from the bar to your house and make every stoplight and fucking speed limit and you park and you're fine, no harm, no foul. But if you get drunk and you pull the wrong way down the train tracks and you get your car stuck on the train tracks,
you made a mistake.
You're fucked. You fuck that game the fuck over. You go to fucking jail.
And then you were there long enough to have the cops show up and then
didn't even flee.
And then you
didn't even have the courtesy to flee.
And then you say, "Hey, can you help me get off the tracks?"
You're Michael Jordan's son. You have the means to flee, sir.
We're missing something here.
You could easily have gotten the fuck out of there.
We're missing something here that I knew of, but I didn't piece it together. They were already looking for this Urus, this Lamborghini. They were already looking for it because I guess when it had left Rachel's, they were chasing it, and it got away.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So to make matters worse, right? Like he had already been, I think, high rate of speed kind of a deal.
So they were trying to pull him over.
Well, I think that they were looking for. They were like, and he eluded them, or maybe through traffic. You get through a light and you're gone.
Yeah.
And so he was already being flagged for doing bad shit. Like this isn't. I forgot about that.
What a wild dichotomy of driving skills where, like, if 5 minutes earlier you've just successful eluded the police and then you make a wrong turn onto some train tracks and your car's stuck.
That's life. That's allegory.
So a couple things. There's two things that I know.
Why isn't there handicap parking on the train tracks?
Ooh. Well, they get hurt, I feel like, if it were on the tracks.
For the most part.
It cut down on handicap, though, I'll tell you that.
Like, it does no good, I think, to start admitting things to the cops, right? Any lawyer will tell you, like, you start admitting that, I only had a few and all that kind of shit. Like, every lawyer I've talked to said, shut the fuck up. Just never say anything, right? Now, on the opposite of that, it is true that the cops can't really charge you more or get you in more trouble by talking shit to them. But I feel like in some way they'll get you. If you piss them off,
they will,
right?
Yeah.
Like
they can make the night longer, right? They're getting paid, you're not. So they can be really slow with your paperwork or really slow getting you, like, processed to the station. Or they can stop someplace else and handle their business while you're in the car, right?
Well, it just leads you into a verbal trap where you reveal enough information that you've incriminated yourself. That's basically all they're talking to you for.
So, but my question is, and we need to talk to a cop to find out this.
I don't know any. No, I'm kidding. I know a lot of cops.
So, say you're going to jail, you're pissed off, you're like, God damn it. You're mad at the cop that's arresting you, even though it's your fault. Whatever, like.
But what if I'm going in to infiltrate the prison system?
But then you're
60 days inside?
Yeah.
You're like, well, all I can do here in the back of the cop car is annoy this guy to try to get some emotional tax out of this exchange.
So I'm going to shit my pants.
Or just start talking shit, annoy him in some way.
Piss the squad car, shit your pants. That's what I would do.
Well, I think they could technically get you for some sort of destruction of property.
No. It was an accident. I got IBS. I'll have my attorney talk me out of that one.
So are there ways for them to make it worse for you? Because I think if you did shit your pants, they'll put you in the old fire hose room and they'll hose you down and delice you and shit. I see it on Super
The first
Troopers.
thing they do is they pick you up by your shoulders, and then they know you shit your pants, so then they take you, they sit you down in a chair like a bunch of times, and smush it into your ass.
Like, will talking shit make it worse for you?
Yeah.
Or does it not matter, and you could get your emotional tax out of the cops? I don't know.
No, but sometimes you push a cop to a point where he'll do things that'll make him lose his job. I feel like that happens.
Oh yeah,
like,
they can lose control just like anybody.
I mean, it just happened this week.
But
there was like a case where a guy got, like a homeless guy, like I think he got beat up. But I would also say that he was probably running his mouth. That doesn't justify the cops are beating him up, but I'm just saying it does. I mean, you're yelling at them.
You're only human,
right? And then they're going to freak out and do something terrible, and then of course they deserve to lose their jobs.
All I'm saying is being a dickhead, and then at least you get the emotional, like, all right, I showed this guy.
No, you came to the right guy. The right guys, rather.
Like, can you do that and it not affect you at all? Because it shouldn't, right? It has nothing to do with what crime you committed or anything. Or does it actually pay to be overly polite and nice? You know what I'm saying?
I think it does pay. I would like to think in that case it does
being
pay.
a dickhead would somehow come back and bite you in the ass, but maybe not. Nowadays with video cameras and everything's being filmed, that you could be as much of a dickhead.
What if it's just as simple as you being on camera for the rest of your life being a dickhead to a cop?
Yeah, because you come off horrible.
Right. Like, what if nothing even happens to you, but there's this video of you up there like, fuck you, pig, and you're acting like a dickhead, right? And then you're like, that's not my best light.
Now, but the society, though, I feel like the majority of society would be like, oh, okay, get him. You know what I'm like, I feel like the majority of society is like maybe not the biggest fan of cops.
Seems like 50-50 based on the last election.
That's your own bias. I think that's Miami. I think that's Miami because where I was raised, like way higher. Like, because I only dealt with sheriffs that I knew.
Small town.
Yeah, it was like a small and so I had a lot more respect for, like, you know, you remember the story? Like, it broke my heart as a young boy to be in Subway and seeing a DeLand police officer stealing soda out of the water cup at Subway. I was like, how the fuck is this? He's a cop. He can't do that. And help. My whole life is shattered. My whole dreams are shattered. It broke my heart. It broke my heart.
And by the way, in this exchange that we've been talking about all week, like, the cops are nothing but
they were
super
great.
nice.
They were so great.
And
too nice.
Overly nice. Like, this guy did not deserve.
You should have kicked him down on the
any
tracks.
of the shit.
You should have tripped him right on the tracks, his face in the dirt. Like, I'm so sorry.
Super polite to him the entire time.
Yeah,
this guy's just a dick.
This is a nice Lamborghini. Start pissing in the back of it. Fuck this guy. This guy's an asshole. He's a blight on Orlando.
Now, the best you're going to do is break even. Because, like, you're never going to ingratiate yourself with a cop. You're always you're always just some guy going to a cell to a cop no matter what. But you could get yourself lower, I imagine. Like, minimum, there's like one cell without air conditioning and the light flickers. And you're a fucking prick on the way in. They're like, put him in cell 6.
Or, like, due to protocol, they're allowed to search your butthole and things. Like, you're getting the butthole if you, like, this guy's a dick.
But I don't even think they want to do that, right?
I think he's got lice and search his butthole. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they throw the lice powder.
That's even, like, that's aggressive. I'm saying stuff like they clock you in at, like, you know, you come in at 6:45, but they write you in at 7:05 so you don't get breakfast in the morning or something like that. You know, like, just little shit
you would be an awesome... Dude, I want to... We got to send you to police academy. I want to see you fuck some people up.
I can make a helicopter noise.
You're right, Ross.
I want to hug you right now.
You're right. They put the booking time
to police academy
for 1 minute over 12:01 a.m. So he has to stay there
another whole 24 hours.
That's
what I'm saying.
What if we created the world?
What I need.
Oh, you'd be the meanest cop.
That's what I need to know. Like, hey, if you're a dick, they'll fucking put 12:01 and then get you the butthole. So, you know, like, don't be a dick.
Well, Tuttle told us about that. Remember the guy walked by, what's for lunch, sir? And he's a cock meat sandwich, motherfucker.
Yeah. Although Tuttle said he wasn't sucking a dick, and he was just asking what's for lunch.
Well,
And that's the baseline. That's the baseline you're starting at. So like you're never getting above that.
You start at cock meat sandwiches.
You can only go lower. Yeah.
So, oh God, to see you choose another path and just fucking wrecking people, and by this time you'd be a warden. I feel like, right?
So, Ross, I want to ask you about your bird feeder because Daniel mentioned...
I found something that we got to get. It's even better. Okay. Well, maybe not even better. It's a companion to.
So, what do you have?
Right now, my setup right now, I got a bird bath.
Okay.
Nice concrete bird bath. I got a feed. I got like a pole. I'm gonna say it's a 12-foot pole feeder on it, just a plastic $7 Walmart birdhouse feeder, and then I got like a little 6-foot pole. And just for Christmas time, somebody got me one of those ones that like the bird flies down and like perches there, and it records them like eating. But it's solar powered, and it's been cloudy every day since Christmas, and this thing just hasn't ever fucking charged. Basically, I have 2 plastic bird feeders.
But I know there is a video camera, and on sunny days, it will.
This summer, I'm going to be cranking out bird pictures.
And it has AI, right? Where it will like because I know that Andrea has a friend who has one that it will take a picture of the bird and then run the bird's picture through AI and tell you exactly what bird it is.
This is a lower end model. This one, like, it'll either do like 3 seconds of video or like it'll take 6 pictures in a row real quick when it comes down.
Oh, it's a video.
But again, it's all solar powered, and like if it's a little bit cloudy, it's not coming on.
Like
now, would it alert you like a Ring doorbell when a bird lands and it's like you look and think, oh, bird.
That can be annoying. Excuse me a second, I have a bird.
It will. It has an app, but I don't know if you've seen my hair. I couldn't figure it out.
Back to you, Tom. Well, what I wanted to add to it, because I found this online, and it is expensive. This motherfucker is like $500, but it is a microphone on a little tripod that you power up, and I think it's got like a little battery in it, and it'll last like 6, 7, 8 hours. And you set it on your balcony or whatever, and it will record. And then it will listen to all the birds in your neighborhood, and then based on the distance the bird that it hears, the type of bird it hears, the area you're in and geolocation, it'll tell you what birds are in your neighborhood so you know what to look for.
My God.
I thought it was pretty fucking cool.
That's like magic. That's amazing.
Yeah, it records like all the time. And then what it does, because it's got AI, is it takes all the chirps and it categorizes them, tells you the times that they chirped and all that. So you get like a spreadsheet of like when to birdwatch.
Dude,
imagine crazy, dude.
Imagine if we could do that for you, Dan. Like record all your chirping and categorize it.
Tom
by,
wouldn't
like,
want that.
Shopkeeper, like doctor.
He'd be begging for cloudy days. No battery in that one, please.
A bird mic. That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
this is Florida though. Do you have to give 2-party consent to the bird?
You know what? That's an interesting question. I don't know about running a microphone all the time.
Yeah,
you might be onto something there, but I do know that there are competitors because they're like 2 different ones, and they're both about $500. They're expensive as shit.
Okay,
but this is such a thing that there are multiple brands of it. It's not just hey, we're the bird mic guys. It's we're the bird mic guys, and they're like no, we're the bird mic guys, and I'm like, well, that's fucking weird.
Because there's a couple online sources where you can like upload a bird whistle or whatever and get it identified, but they're cumbersome. It's not easy at all.
Yeah, there's sites that will identify. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. No, this is a mic, and you just. You plug it in, it's got like a hard drive, and it's got a big battery, and it looks like it's camouflage, so you could like tuck it in, and it just records birds.
Do you know, and I like that because we get weird birds here in Florida. Like we get stuff migrating through the Gulf and up from the Caribbean and stuff. Like, I put a 2-minute video in the BDM group a couple weeks ago. Did you guys see that woodpecker? It was like a 3-foot tall fucking woodpecker. Like it flew down, and I was like, "That's fucking Woody Woodpecker in real life." Like that thing could like walk up to me and be like, ah. And then it went to my power pole, and it started destroying my power pole. Like it's just knocking chunks of wood. You ever like scraped a power pole with your finger? It was fucking bouncing its face off this power pole and just destroying it.
This is what my dad would shoot with my Red Ryder. Those giant mega, and he'd be like,
I don't woodpecker.
Yeah, because he didn't give a fuck. He would shoot carpenter bees out of the sky with this BB gun. They would destroy the soffits. Remember the aluminum soffits? And I've told this story a million times. It wasn't just the bees. We had those giant fucking woodpeckers, and they would peck. Our whole house was cedar, and these woodpeckers love the cedar. My dad would sit out there like an army soldier, and he'd shoot these woodpeckers. And he didn't care. He'd shoot anything out there. He'd shoot them all. Shoot everything down.
The woodpecker is the bird that you're the most surprised to see, right?
Hummingbird. Hummingbird.
If I saw woodpecker, it's more magical than a bald eagle to me. Like, it's like, oh, shit.
Really?
Yeah.
No, me was the time I saw that hummingbird down here, and it was just like, it was doing, and it's going like, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, oh, shit. Fucking alien. You know, like, it doesn't look real.
Hummingbirds are cool.
Because they go like,
yeah, they're faster than the eye. We have a family of regular woodpeckers that come to my bird feeder pretty regular. Like, it's 3 or 4 of them that are just like regular sized ones.
Regular ones mean they're not special needs, right?
No, I don't. They're like, normal bird size. Yeah. And that's why, like, when this thing flew down, I was like startled. It was big.
Yeah, and they're more like what you're saying about how Woody, he had like a plumage, and they're bigger. They have bigger hair.
And there was obviously another one like in the neighborhood because it was making like weird calls. It was like doing some straight up like stuff, and then another one was like answering it from another tree. Yeah.
Oh, you're unlocking a memory, if I may.
Yeah.
I remember how sad I was when my dad told me that Woody Woodpecker's voice was done by a woman.
What?
I just it unlocked a memory. I remember my dad
Bart
saying,
Simpson got me too.
Yeah, exactly. Nancy Cartwright.
That's the 90s Woody Woodpecker.
It was a little bit of like it was one of the first times that I realized that women can do anything men can do. You know, I think I said that wrong.
And Bart's a little boy, but Woody, there's Pecker in the name. That shouldn't be a lady.
That is a Bob Zaney joke if I've ever heard one.
All right, let's take another break.
Yeah, man.
And when
I'm
we come
having
back,
too much fun today.
I want Daniel to tell me about this card game that you said. Have you heard of this card game?
Yeah, I want to know if the chat room plays. I'm straight up addicted to it. It's called Balatro. Does anybody in the chat room? Yeah, just throw that out there. Go look it up while we're.
But it's played on the phone. It's not with a regular deck of cards.
You can't play with a regular deck of cards. It'd be impossible. But you can play it on Xbox. You can play it on Steam. It's on any game, like any game.
There's a whole
platform
category of online like card based video games now. Like it's a whole category now.
And then you can make money on some of them because, like, I get the TikTok ads. They're like, "Oh, I made money by playing solitaire for 3 hours." $12. And they're like, "What the fuck?" Like it's some sort of ridiculous bullshit.
What the fuck? Real money? They're looking for you, man.
No.
It worked. The ads worked.
Well, I was like, for sure, this is some mumbo jumbo bullshit. But it's probably like, hey, if you spend 3 hours on this app,
No, because I was talking to a hot, horny MILF in my area, and she told me it was for real.
Yeah, and I've been jerking off with ugly women. It's awesome. Let's take a break. The name of the band is Slaughterhouse. The name of the song is Sick and Tired. We'll be right back with more on Mediocre Time right after this.
Well, it's hot again, so you need AC.
How long did our winter last?
Not that long.
No.
And that's why you need AmericanAirandHeat.com.
They can just get rid of the heat part. Right?
Yeah.
They just go American Air.
Get that preventative maintenance, and that's how to eliminate problems, unforeseen problems that come up. If you don't get the maintenance, it will build up and cause your AC to break, and then the whole family's going to be mad.
It broke the AC at my townhome. Like, you could do what I used to do and not do the preventative maintenance, and then eventually you'll be doing a show with Dom from the Supervillains, who's playing Drinking Tonight for the 100th time, and your air goes out, and everybody starts sweating, right? I am a preventative maintenance guy now. Like, you have to get it done with your AC in Florida.
And I know you've been putting off getting a new AC unit because of the expense, but it's over 25 years old. Do you know what the difference is in the late 90s and now?
Yeah.
Like,
my AC has got AI in it. I got AI AC.
You're probably paying way more for your electric bill than you need to, and then just start do the math. Get American Air out there, look at their financing. They have financing available, and then start figuring out what you'd save in an energy efficient system compared to what you're paying now.
What about just your quality of life?
Yeah.
Like, it's
because I'm telling you, I got a new system from them, and they redid the duct work.
Well, it cools better. Like when I say quality of life,
efficient.
Look, I understand your air conditioner might be working right now, but like Tom said, like mine was underpowered, so it would run all the time. Now I don't have that problem. I have decent insulation. I just didn't have the right unit. Yeah,
if you're paying $500 electric bills and stuff, you're just like, okay, well, if I got a new system, I'll be paying $350,
right?
And then I have $150 a month, and I have a new system. You know what I'm saying? Like, you start doing the math, you look at what it costs. Anyway, it's AmericanAirandHeat.com.
That is Bridge the Gap with Brothers. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. Ross is here. The Orlando Talk Show with Ross McCoy. You can find that podcast anywhere podcasts are heard. And also, you got some shows coming up too, right?
I do. In fact, tomorrow I'm going to be at MegaCon. If you're coming out to MegaCon, come see me at the Roast of Batman at 7:30 in Theater 3 N22 OC. I don't know what that means, but come see me at MegaCon tomorrow.
All right.
Roast of Batman. I'm going to be Superman, Tom.
Oh, you're dressing up as Superman?
Correct. John the barber gave me Superman haircut. You can't. I don't have the stuff in, but like it's gonna be,
Yeah, you're gonna curl it up. Yeah.
Dude, by the way, if you ever need like superhero hair, go to see John the barber at Liberty Barbershop. I walked in. I was like, hey, I need you to do me Superman hair. He didn't fucking blink. Didn't ask a question.
No.
So you got it.
He's like, I'll do it, and I'll show you how to do that little curl at the front and everything. Fucking nailed it.
Yeah, that's what I like best. Is you can do some weird shit and he ain't gonna ask
Will
any
he
questions.
do the Doc Ock?
Yeah, I'm doing the Doc Ock. I have to decide whether or not I want to continue my hair, because I have now the Amish wispies. Look at those.
No.
Look at these on the sides. It's off-putting to like clients and things. No.
No. You are moving towards homeless old
Crazy
man.
old man.
Yeah. Crazy homeless old man.
Just wait till he does next. Wait till the crazy old man does next.
And then the 27th of February, Tom, you probably come out to this one. West End Trading Company, Dr. Anna Lepley's Comedians in Drag doing comedy show.
Oh, yeah.
My friend Rosie LaRue is going to be there doing comedy in drag. That's
Rosie LaRue.
That's me, Tom.
Oh.
So you know what, Sam? Send Tom some of the pictures. Sam came and saw me do this show at the Improv one time, and she took pictures. Send Tom some of those pictures and show him what he's going to be dealing with. The 27th at the West End Trading Company. Marcus Crespo's going to be there.
Nice.
It's going to be fun. And then, Dan, your favorite show, What Do You Want From Us? Live at the Bull and Bush on the 22nd of March. It's going to be a real good time.
Back to the Bull and Bush.
Yeah, we're going to do it at the Bull and Bush. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I think the Bull and Bush is probably my favorite place to see it. I've seen it at Framework as well. Would have been at the last one, but I got a cold and didn't want to get everybody sick. But it's fun. You get to participate. You get to pick the jokes. If you've never been, it's a laid-back, very fun time. And you get to see Ross and Larry Fulford. And then normally, like, some of the best local comedians that these guys can dig up.
Larry does a real good job booking it. Yeah.
Sometimes you guys get guys from out of town. Like, it's good. It's a good show.
Even though there's almost no correlation to this, every time Bull and Bush is mentioned, I think of headbutting the buffalo.
Yeah. Pulling Bush.
And
I'm pulling Bush at the. Has anybody ever said I'm pulling Bush at the Bull and Bush? Can we do a shirt that says pulling Bush at the Bull and Bush? Vintage.
I'm always like, Scott's heard it all. Like, Scott's the bartender at the Bull and Bush. Like the other day, what was it? Oh, I was like, give me 2 Guinnesses. Oh, give me 2 Guinness-I. Has anybody ever said that before, Scott? He's like, 1,000,000 goddamn times.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's ever said pulling Bush at the Bull and Bush.
We've heard all the Bush jokes.
Yeah.
So, Daniel, what's this card game?
Okay, Balatro. Why I find it interesting, and I think you might like it, but I know you'll never play it because you still haven't played the pinball machine. It's a cross.
What?
Yeah,
he walks by it every day.
And now I told him he can't.
We're here for work.
Put a quarter we're here for work. He believes it. He believes.
You drink here?
Like, no.
I won't drink.
No, but he doesn't drink here. He hasn't had I don't think he's ever had a beer in the studio other than just the tasting. Not like
I'm going to play it during our pinball meetup the last 18
Whoa. But, okay, Balatro is a cross between, like, Hold'em and solitaire. So they'll give you, like, for instance, they'll give you like you have to make 300 points. So you get a hand of cards,
okay,
and then you pick like your best 5, just like you would if you were playing like Hold'em. So you do like straights, flush, royal flush, all of that, and that's how you earn points. There are these other Jokers cards that are kind of like multipliers, a la, I would say, like Uno, kind of like a draw 4, where they can do different magical powers, like they can multiply certain things, give you extra points.
Oh, I'm out with magic.
No, but it's not like magic. It's more like just getting extra points. It's
bonus cards.
It's one of the games that you literally just have to play it. It's very difficult to explain, but once you start playing it, I am completely and utterly addicted to it. And here's my question to you.
Are you playing against someone?
No.
So it's like solitaire and you play yourself.
It's very much like solitaire.
Tom, do you consider twos are wild to be magic? Is that like?
Well, I'm trying to figure out what the intention of this is.
it's hard to explain. It's like to me, where it fills a void in my life is I think everybody listening to this has some aspect of their life where they're addicted to these new games that are nothing more than just flashing lights and I won something that's not even real. And where this game kind of combines the two is you're getting the point total, but there is true poker skill involved in putting the cards together to win. So there is skill involved. It's not just...
So strategy involved.
Yeah, there's strategy. There's
it's not just hitting the button.
No, and then there's also like...
Is there leaderboards?
There's luck. No leaderboards really, not that I know of, but
Is it online?
The Discord, the Reddit, but people are... This thing is bigger than shit. Now, where I think what's really fascinating about the game is that it's an indie game. But it's literally it's winning all these independent game awards, 2023 or 24. It won like best game of the year. It's done by one Canadian man who's anonymous. His name is like Game Thunk or Think Thunk is his name. No one knows who the fuck he is. He did it in his spare time, and he made the fucking game for his friends. He made it for his friends. He did all of the art because he draws in his off time. He single-handedly did the entire fucking game and put it out there, and now it's like the biggest game in the world, but he did it himself. I don't think I've ever heard of anything like that.
So do you have to download a specific app to play it?
No, you can get it on open. It's on Apple, Android. It's anywhere you want a game. Like you can find it. It's called Balatro.
The Flappy Bird guy did that, but other than that, I don't think.
No, but this game is so complicated. It's got over 150 different hand-drawn, crazy jokers that do all different things. There's funny jokes in it. There's hidden secrets in it. There's hidden code in it. There's little like tip to pop culture in it, and the game is different every single time. But I've never heard of and he's an anonymous man, and he must be raking in, millions of dollars. But who the fuck is he, and how did he do it?
Well, does it cost? Do you pay for it?
Yeah, it's like $12.
Oh, okay, so you didn't tell me. So it's you pay.
Oh, he's
for
making
the app.
money, yeah, but it's that good, dude. It's worth. I'd pay $50 for this fucking game. It's a goddamn. It's the first time that I've ever seen an independent game, one guy, card game, nonetheless. Like I'm not a card game guy.
So what do you pay for the app?
Yeah, you just buy you buy it on wherever you want it. So on Xbox, you just buy it for Xbox. So I bought it there, and then on the Apple, Apple Arcade, I guess they call it now. I bought it for that. I've already spent like $30 on this game because I'm fucking addicted to it.
Cross-platform?
Yeah, it's great. It's a great fucking game. Man.
Is there in-game purchases and stuff? No, it's just you buy it once.
Once you buy the game, you just play, and it's got so much playability to it. I know we normally don't do game reviews or anything like this, but what was more astounding to me is I started watching this mini documentary on YouTube about it, and they were explaining how it's just this one Canadian guy, and he likes to make games in his off time for his friends because he gets rewarded just seeing their smiles on their faces. I'm like, this is all bullshit. That's not real. That's
right.
Not. And no, he made the game. He drew everything. He did the music. He did every aspect of this game. And trust me when I tell you, like from a guy that loves playing like relaxing games or chill games, it might be a perfect fucking game. It's a fantastic
What keeps
game.
you coming back, I guess? Because, you played Solitaire on your Windows 95 laptop to see that little cascade of cards at the end.
There's 150 different jokers. Then there's like over 100 different... There are these planet cards that you play that can level up a hand. And I'll give you an example. So a straight might be worth 30 points. Once you play one of the planet cards, it's worth 40 points. And then you play it again, it's worth 50 points. So you can level up your hands, like level up a flush, level up two pair, level up a straight.
Are you trying to get your name on a leaderboard?
No,
or
you're just trying to... There are these...
Great question, Tom. I asked it 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, they're
well, I just don't understand the motivation.
You got to play it. You got to play the game.
Is there money involved? You're competing? If there's no competition or money,
to continue his shouting, are there achievements? Are there like anything you unlock?
Yeah.
Different skins?
Yeah, it's very much like a slot machine. So you're skilling it, and you're using your strategy, but it gives you that reward. It does give you that like flashing lights and sound, and the music is. This guy is.
Would you compile points to
Yes.
So each time you play, you compile.
Yeah, you get like 4 hands or 5 hands, depending on what type of game you're playing, and then you try to beat They call them the blinds. You know, they're really stealing terms from poker. And the blinds are almost like these mythical levels where they might say for the last blind, he's like a boss level, right? You get to him after 3 levels, and you got this blind that you have to beat. And the trick on this one is you got to get 400 points, but guess what? All the heart cards are debluffed. They don't work.
Yeah.
And then they throw your cards down and you got all hearts. You're fucked. So you gotta use strategy to like, okay, I gotta discard these and get more cards in. I'm gonna use this wild card to power up this. It's great. Fucking great, dude.
You know, maybe it is the Adderall that's changed me. Because I remember, I'm trying to think back, and I remember playing like Clash of Clans.
No, you
on
guys
the
won't
show,
like this.
And that's a complete
dude,
waste of time.
I thought of you. You were the first person I thought of because this is a poker game, dude. And it
No,
is.
I can't. I'm out because there's no incentive. I have to have a purpose. It has to be money. It has to be some sort of, I'm learning. It can't just be for the sake of doing it.
Winning? You can't just for the sake of winning? It's not a waste. No,
yeah, but
win the game.
I need to win against someone.
Well,
I can't just win for myself.
Scorekeeping against the world.
Okay, interesting. Interesting.
My name needs to be on a plaque, and then I can say like I'm the best. You know, like I can't just waste time just like killing time. I just can't.
Yeah.
It's impossible for me now. I don't know what changed in my life. I'm like I can't do this for no reason. I need some sort of fame, money,
money, power, respect. Money, power, respect.
Yeah, like
right?
it can't just be for the sake of like killing some time.
And also, he said earlier, cash ruled everything around him.
Like you can make the argument if you're like at the doctor's office waiting room or whatever, but then the problem is, I think to myself, there's so many things I need to order off Amazon, or I need to research, or I need to get for the show.
But then you just look at Facebook Reels anyway, right?
But here's the thing with Facebook Reels, I'm like I could use this for the show. This is like I have to
be great rationalization.
I have to rationalize it in some way.
Everybody does that, dude.
So you watch that reel where the girls are doing cartwheels and their tits are falling out for the show.
Yeah. Like
I can't get that off my algorithm, and I don't want it off my algorithm.
I'd encourage it.
And I can rationalize most anything. I need, and I can't find a way to rationalize. I can rationalize stealing this man's leg in some way. I can be like, it'd be good for the show. Like,
can we even say that he has a prosthetic leg?
No.
Because that's going to sound insane.
Well, then I didn't even notice until after the first break of the show. And even though he said I heard him say like I got a handicap placard, and the first thing I thought was like, God damn, this guy sounds.
God, everybody's got it.
I was like, this guy's really working the system. I said no one does, and then I looked down one leg. Then I was like, oh shit,
give it a try. Just try it for me. Try it for me.
If I can point out to you.
Tell me a reason.
Dan, I'll give you $10. How about that?
All right,
I'll give you a $10 bill.
Okay,
I can't go too high because Andrew's in the chat room. If I said 50 or 100, you'll fucking
No, that's all I need.
I'll give you $10.
That's all.
Okay, all right.
That's it.
We figured it out.
Dan just got 10 minutes of show out of this game. So, like, I don't even know what you're complaining
okay,
about.
I see what
like,
you're saying.
No, but
he played a game to no end, but then he brought it to the show
but
and
you
talked
gotta
about
see his
it.
budget. After the show, he'll be like, it should have been 20 minutes.
But that's his
piece of shit.
That's his rationalization for doing it. Now I've lost I can't do it now and tell you guys. I got nothing. Except for Daniel's $10 now back in.
Start another show.
He will.
It sounds like you need some more shit to do in your free time. Like, yeah.
It is a good game, though. But and to end on this, though, the thing that I don't understand and that I will be trying to give you a follow-up on, who the fuck is this guy and what's his IQ and how did he do this? Because apparently he did the coding, he did the art, he did the music, putting it out there. Everything. Like, he did every aspect of the game. And I would imagine that, like, he's a multimillionaire now. Just from something he did for his friends.
I mean, nowadays, it's like you hear the story and you're like, well, did he sell this to a different company? Are they using this guy? Like, this Canadian guy built this in his garage just for
industry plant. No.
So that people are like, we'll buy it for $12.
No, they've investigated this guy. He even did a Reddit, like, Ask Me Anything, and he just seems to be like a super private guy who likes making. He honestly, like, I don't believe anybody when they say that. Like, hey, I just like doing this for my friends. Shut the fuck up.
How long, like, do people, what's that fruit game or the Jewels? What was that?
Fruit Jewels.
It's Fruit Jewels. That's our commercial. Thank you. That's all we needed.
It was an app, like,
well, there were a bunch.
10 years ago.
There was Bejeweled. And then
Fruit Ninja.
And there was Fruit Ninja, and you combined them into Fruit Jewels. Thank you, Ross.
Was it Bejeweled?
Not Bojewel. Was it Bojewel?
Was it Fruit?
Was it Mr. Bojangles?
You motherfuckers. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Was it
Everybody was playing that shit, and now no one's playing it. That's what I'm saying.
I want to play some goddamn video games. Let me play that Mojo.
Like everybody was talking about the game, and everybody
Candy Crush?
Angry Birds.
My wife said that.
Fucking
you
Crush.
and my wife are so much fucking alike, and she hates it when I say that.
But that seems
I'll
like
say thanks a lot, Tom.
that seemed to be a fad. Like,
And it was a big, I think like a major company put that out. It wasn't like
That
a
was.
one guy.
but it was
Pop Cap.
Something
One of
like
those
that.
games.
It was
Yeah.
super popular. Same thing with like
Angry
Clash
Birds.
of Clans seemed to fall out of favor
Yeah.
now. Like they go through super popular and then not
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, something new comes along. It kind of reminds me of, when me and Jeff and Mickey were super into this for a minute, there was a game called Kingdom of Loathing. Did you ever get into that one, Dan?
No.
It's just you go to kingdomofloathing.com and it's like a text-based like role-playing game and just like super indie, doesn't cost anything, but you can buy like an in-game item for $10 if you want to donate, basically.
Andrea's still playing Monopoly Go, which I got her on. Graham, I got her on that like in the pandemic.
Monopoly Go.
Yeah, and my wife has been playing Monopoly every night, even before sex. She'll be like, "Hold on, I gotta run my Go."
What does she get out of it? I need to ask her.
She's in the chat room. I ask her, "What do you get out of Monopoly Go?" Because like I want to know your level.
Park
Look up
Place?
your level because her level is. I feel like she's like way high, way high.
I'll even accept like it helps me as like a meditation. Like I play it and then it slows my brain down. And
This one is like that, Balatro,
I'll take
because
that.
of the music.
You need to get with me on Marvel Rivals, Tom, and they have a competitive mode. And then when you level up in competitive, it's you go like silver 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
gold 1, 2, 3. But every time you level up, it tells you the percentage of players you're better than.
Okay, that's what I like. Yeah.
You level up to gold 3, and it says you're better than 80% of the players on all servers. It's like hell yeah, I am.
I like that.
Max is addicted to this fishing game on Roblox where it's you fish on a jet ski and
that
you
sounds
catch
awesome.
like megalodons and like giant squids and all that.
So it's basically the dream of every Florida man.
And then he plays it, and then he watches YouTube videos of other people playing it, right? And that's
Yeah.
his thing.
Yeah.
And then and then I'm like, he's been into it for weeks now, like super obsessed with it. And then I'm like, hey, we're going. This is the last weekend. I'm like, hey, we're going to Satellite Beach. I could, Dre put some fishing poles together for us. You want to do some real fishing? Not interested.
Yeah, it's not as fun.
And he's like, can we catch a megalodon?
Yeah, you can.
And I'm like,
And you don't have
no.
jet skis.
We catch some stinky sheep's head or whatever they go.
You have to fish from the shore.
And honestly, we'll catch nothing. Because I don't
Spend
know how
all
to
your
fish.
time tying knots.
Yeah. You don't know how to fish. I will catch
Yeah.
nothing. And then he's like, not interested. I want to guarantee
Digital
megalodon.
fishing is really fun.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not trying to make
and
a
I'm like,
case for
fuck.
it, but I think Ross will back me up on this. There is a reason that I think virtually every video game that is out right now, the main character at some point in the game can go and fish.
Fortnite. Fortnite has fishing.
Red Dead, right? I think they did it. A lot of different games like Animal Crossing. Like you go on and on about it because people like digital fishing.
Tony Hawk Pro Fisher.
Yep, that's a huge one. That's a huge one.
I think that this will kill fishing for this generation. And here's why.
Actually, we're killing fish. So there'll be no more fishing, but yeah.
Well, if we kill all the fish, then there
Yeah.
won't be any fish.
Exactly.
Because we're raising an entire generation of people that are digitally fishing and catching awesome shit at all times.
Yeah,
like,
megalodon. Yeah, I caught 6 today.
And real fishing, you don't catch shit for a long time. It's hard as hell. And that's why I appreciate it now. Like I never was into fishing too much, and now like through my buddy fishing, I started to realize like, oh shit, it's really difficult to catch
so
a fish.
hard, dude.
And when you do, it's such a a moment.
I've been
like, oh
3
shit,
times in the last 2 years. I've caught nothing and lost all my lures.
And I know if you're a really good fisherman, you're like, oh, I'll catch something every time. But you will admit it's difficult to fish, and that's part of it. And
I think the
now,
learning curve is hard.
But
too.
now digital fishing has made it too easy. And then when all these generation of kids go out and do real fishing, they're going to be like, this sucks. right?
Yeah.
This is nothing like the digital fishing I fell in love with.
You definitely summed it up. Like you fish in Red Dead, and or you fish in like Animal Crossing, and you pull out some fish that's not even real. I got a moon bass. Oh, it's a moon bass. I got 200 tokens. You're like, well, this is awesome. But then you catch a real fish. It's got like weights inside.
And immediately the video game tells you like where you rank in the world of moonfish and like how many
coins are going off.
And then you can sell the fish to buy your digital cat a tiny hat.
Yeah. It's also not bleeding and shitting itself, which is a shocker.
No, I like the shitting and the bleeding. I like that part.
You're getting and then you're like, oh, it's got spikes behind the gills, and you're like, what the fuck?
I would actually prefer if my digital fishing were more like Mortal Kombat, where you're fishing, you pull the fish in, you start shitting everywhere.
Digital hook comes right out of the mouth. It doesn't go like and come out.
And then you don't have to do that move where you cut the line because it swallowed the hook. And
but then you put the fish in fast. Like, you don't want anybody to see it, because if a real fisherman sees that, they're going to have your ass.
And they try to tell you, like, oh, don't worry, it'll rust out of it. You're like, I don't know. That thing is going to take a while.
Real fishermen
it's going to be in there and ruining the insides.
Real fishermen on Reddit will get mad at you if you pull the hook out too hard. There you go. Whoa. What are you doing there, man?
So
even if it did rust out, imagine being a fish with the hook just rusting out in your mouth for 6 or 8 months.
It's in your throat.
That fucking sucks.
That would be bad. Oh my God! Can I do my video? Because it ties into the throat. It ties into the. I got to show you guys one of the coolest videos I've seen. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I got this here. All right. Here he is. All right, we're gonna go to it. I've never seen this before. This is a beluga whale. Check this out.
Okay, I think I saw some people talk about some beluga whale video.
Oh my God! And again!
It's bringing up. What's it bringing up? It brought up the iPhone that they dropped.
What?
And it looks like a dog when it does it.
Hold on, this is not in some sort of theme park or whatever.
No.
This is on a private boat?
This is in Sweden. It's snowing. You can see the snow there. This is in Sweden. He brings back the cell phone. This is Vladimir the beluga whale.
Oh.
Now, Vladimir the beluga whale is named after Vladimir Putin. Legend has it Vladimir was a Russian spy dolphin that escaped. And when he escaped, he ended up going through different channels, and they found him in like 2017 or 2019 or something like that. I'm going to paraphrase and get all over the place here. But they found Vladimir like 2019. He's like off the coast of someplace in Europe. Then they started like following him around, and then he ended up like in Sweden. And he's so smart, and they found some harness with a GoPro thing on the top of it, and they took it off of him, and it said, property of St. Petersburg, which is what led them to believe that it was a Russian spy dolphin, right? So then they named him Vladimir, and then for the locals, he'd do tricks that people would, somehow they figured out that if you drop coins, or you drop your iPhone, any Android phone that's waterproof, and you drop it in the water, he'll let it go down, and then he'll swoop under it and grab it and bring it back to you if you give him treats. You gotta give him cakes and treats.
So it's a trained beluga whale that lives in the in the oceans near Sweden.
Yeah,
and people go out there and drop their cell phone and go down and pick it up and bring it back to you.
And he'll bring it back to you. So his name is Vladimir, spelled with an H, the true spelling. They found him in 2019. Now they were trying to figure out what to do with him, but they were kind of like too slow. They're like really dragging their feet because he was free, right?
Yeah.
So he would pop up here and there and everywhere. He'd pop up normally around like shipping containers, vessels that had like dock workers, because he would charm the dock workers in like swimming up to them and like doing tricks and shit. And then they'd give him like cupcakes and like fish.
He was used to people and like how to work.
He loved it. He fucking loved it. So they formed this like in the summer of 2021, I guess some scientists formed this like Team Vladimir in an attempt to like save him. And they were like,
save him, he's free. He's giving people full cell phones.
But it wasn't good. Like, what was happening is, right, like in Sweden, there were reports and there's videos. I couldn't find some of the videos. Some of them they said I shouldn't put up there because it's like abuse. He'd pop up in certain areas in Sweden, and then you'd have like the neighborhood kids that start throwing fucking rocks at him and shit.
All right.
Or like he'd pop up and then people would like do the cell phone trick and he'd bring the cell phone and they start beating him on the head with it.
Shit.
Because people are insane, so they wanted
That's not the Swedish I know.
Yeah. It was all over Europe. He's like, I'm paraphrasing, right? He's all over Europe, like traveling. So they wanted to like have this place to put him in. So,
this beluga whale brought my cell phone back. Hit him in the face.
So he just died.
Hey, let's go down to the beach and beat up that whale.
I mean, that's how people are. But he just died like in August. August.
What? Scottish kid punched him right in the nose.
No, they found him floating dead in the Bay of Reykjavik, close to Stagnavar. In August, the animal rights...
He was poisoned by strontium.
Well, it says the animal rights organizations NOAA and One Whale subsequently filed a police complaint stating that Vladimir died after sustaining multiple gunshot wounds.
What? Someone shot him?
A director from a third whale activist organization, Marine Mind, however, said that there was nothing to immediately reveal the cause of death, and despite seeking the markings, believed it was just too early to say what they are, and some of the markings may have been caused by marine birds. And later, a necropsy found no projectiles or other signs of human interference in the cadaver. Police reported that a stick had become lodged, and this is what you had mentioned, something getting lodged in your throat, the rusty fishhook. That's what made me think of Vladimir. Apparently, he'd gotten a stick stuck in his throat, and it couldn't close his mouth, which led him to not be able to feed himself, and then he died.
All right.
Not so smart after all.
yeah. I thought you were smart, Vladimir. Ate a stick. Let's finish with an explosion of the week.
Okay.
The Russians obviously got to that whale.
You want the
right?
song? You want to say? Yeah, here we go. We're doing it.
When the normal bits are getting old, you kinda gotta punt. Skippy wasn't funny and Ramdaisy is a cunt. People getting blown up is really what we want.
Explosion of the month brought to you by Modern Plumbing Industries.
Don't forget Modern Plumbing, the no explosion guarantee. No Modern Plumbing employee will ever cause your house to explode fully.
All right. I'm glad you mentioned that.
We had to add the fully part.
Mention Tom and Dan for 10% off any plumbing service. They service a lot of counties in Central Florida and have been servicing Central Florida since 1975, family owned, and they will help you out. ModernPI.com.
I'm having a freak out.
What?
Did we do that? Did we do the Vladimir the Dolphin story
No.
Hold on, seriously, I'm having.
No, I would remember Beluga Dolphin. Get your cell phone.
Okay, because I'm having a mild freak out. Okay.
All right. Anyway, explosion of the week is the Great Syrup Explosion in Massachusetts.
I got an email about that. Ross is wrong about some of the details.
Yeah. If I may, I'd like to correct.
Ross wasn't wrong. Wikipedia was wrong because that is 100% of my fucking research.
Yeah, that's what this whole show is powered by.
Fuck you, listener. Tom, you know the Battle of the Somme, World War I.
Okay.
You listened to that what was his fucking name?
Dan Carlin.
Dan Carlin, yeah. The fucking. So this is one of your classic like meat grinder battles.
I thought Tom was listening to his old Johnny Rebel tape.
By the way, did you hear that new Dan Carlin? He put out one, the new Alexander the Great one. It's really good.
I used to listen to Dan Carlin and like Penn Jillette's podcast back when there wasn't 10 billion podcasts.
Yeah.
It was new.
I used to listen to it back in the day.
And now I just listen to people that are like-minded talk about exactly what I want to hear.
Fantasy football.
At the exact time. Anything that's not anything close to what I want, I don't like. It's only exactly what I want.
What is Dan Carlin saying that you disagree with?
Well, he's a little long-winded with the history. Yeah. And then I can tell.
And the way he shifts blame.
I can tell by the facts he says that I know what.
I know how you voted.
I know what bet he's lying at.
The very fact that he.
What does that even mean? You should say that more. I believe that. I like that one.
Cultural carrots and sticks. All right. So Battle of the Somme. This is one of your classic meat grinders of World War I. Becomes one of those big, like, muddy battlefields that, like, dudes are drowning in the fucking ground in. They kicked it off with a big explosion. July 1st, 1916, first day of the Battle of the Somme. The British they'd done a bunch of, they called it sapper work. You remember Peaky Blinders?
Yeah.
Remember how they came back all shook up because they had to they were fucking constantly digging in the mud and like fighting in tunnels and places and explosives and stuff. Those dudes, like all along this big line in the German front, it ends up being 19 mines, 8 big and 11 tiny. They call. The joint explosion ranks among the largest artificial non-nuclear explosions ever.
Whoa.
So 19 mines again. What was I looking for?
The chat room even said, wasn't this the largest explosion except for like a nuclear bomb? I'm like this one's known. That's crazy.
You would think, like, remember that when that fertilizer plant blew up? I forgot what country
Boy,
it is.
do I.
And every once in a while, there's, like, gigantic nuclear bomb-like explosions of fertilizer plants or whatever, like some stockade of whatever.
Yeah.
And
the one I like
that seems hard for 1917 to beat.
You know the one I like? Hyperbaric chamber with a horse in it.
What is that?
There have been a lot of hyperbaric chambers with a horse inside of them that have exploded.
I've never even heard of that. Why is a horse in there?
Because it's for like an injury.
Is it like when they have to put him, like if you do, like, normally you shoot the horse for the leg thing, but if you're going to try to heal him, you have to put him in like a neutral buoyancy, basically, so their leg can heal.
I think I've heard, I could be making this up, but I think a lot of horses go in hyperbaric chambers for like healing, and it's dangerous. You get one, like, I don't know, one hair out of place or a piece of dust or something, bluey, and then everybody.
Well, it's like where they put scuba divers in, like just a pressurized chamber so they don't get the bend.
I might have to chat GPT this. I may have just said something horrible. I don't know.
All right, so we got 19 mines, Tom, and they charged them so like they would blow and then throw all the shit like towards the Germans, basically, so that the British and the French could rush up, take these craters, and then have like a natural kind of wall formation ahead, right?
Okay.
They also had some big ones to blow up. They went underneath like German machine gun positions, put fucking mines underneath them, and they also had like these tunnels that were designed to blow kind of at the end, so like a bunch of guys could just rush out and like storm the lines, right? Okay. And so now we're just gonna go through. It's 19 mines. They all have names. That's how like big they fucking are. They're mines with names. I'm just gonna run through the 19 and tell you how many pounds of gunpowder each one had.
Okay.
All right.
40,600
pounds, 40,000 pounds, 8,000 pounds, 8,000 pounds, 60,000 pounds, 9,000 pounds. This is number 7. 15,000 pounds, 25,000 pounds. Number 9. 500 pounds, 500 pounds, 500 pounds, 500 pounds, 200 pounds, 2,000 pounds, 500 pounds, 500 pounds, 5,000 pounds, 500 pounds, and a little 500-pound baby to end us.
Okay, so
those 19 mines all going off at the same time. They heard this shit in London.
Wow.
2 of the mines were the biggest mines like ever blown at that point. The next year they did a big like one of these 2. Didn't even come close to this one. The Battle of the Somme, big 19 mine salute to get us started.
That's crazy.
That is nuts.
So they basically blew off tens of thousands of pounds of explosive all at once.
And that's all well and good. It's really they mined like miles ahead to get to these fucking Germans and like in utter silence so that the Germans didn't hear them like scrabbling around underneath them like rats and stuff. They mined, they took all this fucking, like again, hundreds of thousands of pounds of explosives, mined it, holes underneath, and then coordinated.
Insane.
Impressive.
Even like listen to Dan Carlin talk about World War One.
I don't like that guy. Go ahead.
And then
not my Carlin.
What human beings were put through at this time, and like just the conditions, and you hear the stories about like they're all flea infested and they all have lice, and then
feet rotting off from the ground up,
disease, and then like only thing you have to look forward to is a whistle being blown and then running to your death by machine gun.
No, but that feels good. That's got to feel good after fleas.
And then the people that manage to live, and then you're just like, oh, you'll never be the same. Like, what the fuck?
You hear a shell coming in, you hear it land, it explodes, you see that mustard gas like start rolling towards you, and you freak out and start running away. You're a goddamn coward. You're shot.
Yeah.
How about that shit?
Thanks for calling A Mediocre Time. Who's this?
What's going on, T&D Media?
It's Dan Carlin.
Mike.
Hey! Dan Carlin. Concrete Mike, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, Mike?
Oh, not much, man. I just left Firestone Auto and Tires, spent $750 on 2 front tires without the alignment.
What?
So that was fun.
Is Concrete like my dad? I feel like every conversation with my dad starts with tire prices.
Okay, let's talk about tires.
Obama's at it again.
Let's talk about tires for a second, because
tires ain't pretty.
Do you know what the world's largest manufacturer of tires is?
What?
Lego.
Okay.
This guy.
It's true.
Yeah, no, he's right.
for all intents and purposes, we all kind of should agree that tires should have gotten cheaper as time went by.
I disagree.
Except for the fact they started.
Every year, man.
But
They get better.
They do.
You're not buying 1950s white walls made out of rubber anymore. They got like titanium fucking mesh in them and shit.
They do have mesh, and I understand there's more technology.
I don't
in
like
them.
mesh.
But there's also
I don't like tire mesh, uterine mesh. I don't like any of the mesh.
Hernia?
Yeah, but
I like that one.
Through machinery and just general technology, they should be cheaper now. Where we should look at
That's
them.
your arch enemy. General technology. He's firing missiles at you right now.
Where like
I could have bought cheaper tires.
Why didn't
But
you?
I have with my work truck and doing concrete. I got to run low range E tires like I got a big heavy duty flatbed
Right.
truck.
Well, then it sounds like you couldn't have bought cheaper tires.
My
Then.
tires are over $300 a piece.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Like they shouldn't be that much, right? Like
No.
You know, it sucks, too. I drive like 30,000 miles a year. So I got to put tires on my truck every like 2 years, 2.5 years, and I'm dropping $1,200 to $1,500 every 2 years on friggin' tires.
Yeah. It's
Get out of
here.
Mike, did you call about tires?
Yeah, was this your gripe? Hold on.
Yeah, actually, that's why I called. Well, the main reason was the guy, as he was cashing me out, the store manager over there, as he's handing me my keys, there was no one else in the waiting room. He looked at me and goes, "Oh, you're a big dick millionaire," because I have a BDM keychain.
Oh, wow.
And I looked up. I was surprised. His name's Walt. But you know,
out to
anybody in the
Walt.
Mount Dora area, you go give that store some love. If you got to buy some tires or get your car worked on, man, we got to
Shout
settle
out to
BDM
Walt
work.
for his overpriced tires, is what I heard.
Hold on, Mike. You
Shout out
started.
to Walt. Good job, Walt. You stole all my money. Your fucking tires. Fuck
If
you.
you're in Mount Dora and you want to pay too much for tires, go see Walt.
Walt's expensive tires.
Mike, you didn't do a good job endorsing Walt's store.
I'm so fucking pissed I had to call you. They just highway robbery. Walt's tires.
He did have me in and out. I was in and out there within an hour, though, so I didn't even have to wait that long.
Okay, I feel we're backpedaling nicely. We're backpedaling.
My
nicely.
name's Crazy Walt, and I've got too many tires. And since I'm crazy, I've marked them up 4 times as much as any other tire store. Crazy Walt's Tires.
Do you want expensive tires? Rapid fast?
Walt's tires.
Yeah.
The fastest, most expensive tire.
My name's Walt, and I'm in a pickle. I gambled away all my money, and I need a lot more. Come buy tires at twice as much money.
Yeah, what's weird, Mike, is you started with how expensive they were. And
I fucking hate this place. I want to firebomb it and burn it to the ground with everybody inside. Go see Walt.
Your whole point was to plug Walt's tires.
also
Why
said-
did you start with how
He also
expensive?
said nobody else was there, giving the impression it's a desert place. Like everybody in Mount Dora knows, don't go to fucking Walt for tires.
Yeah, expensive as shit. $700. God damn.
Firestone was packed. It was busy, but there was just nobody in the waiting room. So he said "big dick millionaire" out, and it threw me off. I wasn't expecting it. I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
Like, why did he give me the BDM discount? He's like, I'm sorry. I have no power. I have no power.
We didn't get in the tire business, right?
Yeah, we
Is there
do.
money in there?
Yeah. Oh, my God. You ever watch the show with Shane Gillis? There's money in there.
What's the margins? Are they buying these motherfuckers for $100 and selling them for $700? Yeah, like.
And you know what's good about tires? Everybody needs them, so you don't have to do customer service at all.
Hold on,
I hung up on him.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Can you get wholesale tires from like Temu or some shit?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, look up Temu tires. Like, what are we?
My computer just shut down.
Like, what? Can we get some goddamn Amazon tires or some China tires for fucking $50? What are we talking here?
While we look for that, let's find out more about horses and hyperbaric chambers, and I'll look for the tires real quick.
Yes, there have been documented cases of horses dying in hyperbaric chambers due to catastrophic failures. One notable incident occurred in 2012 at the Kentucky Equine Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center, SMARC, in Ocala, Florida. A horse inside the chamber became agitated and kicked the interior wall, damaging part of the structure. This caused a spark, igniting the highly oxygenated environment. The resulting explosion killed the horse instantly and severely damaged the facility. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, HBOT, is sometimes used for horses to promote healing and recovery, but because these chambers operate with pure oxygen at high pressure, any spark or structural failure can lead to violent explosions.
Goddamn.
Would you like more details on this case or hyperbaric therapy risks for horses?
I like the scientist is looking through the porthole. I was like, oh, God, it's getting crazy in there. Run! Like, no one thought.
Do you say that? Do you say it's get crazy? And then you yell, scientist! The scientist. He takes his, hold on, where are my glasses? Hold on, playing the scientist, and then I'll be playing the scientist. Hold on, let me take my hat off, too. I want to do this right.
Yes.
I want to do a good job, and I'm like,
oh, that's pretty
you know what I
sciencey
mean.
hair.
He's got a lab
That's
coat.
pretty sciencey hair.
I'm taking some lab. What? Hold on a second. He's kicked crazy in there.
Well, all I'm saying is that that if one minor spark could set off in a crazy explosion to blow up the whole lab, like, wouldn't you say, like, hey, if this horse starts going crazy, he's got horseshoes on.
Why don't you tie its legs down or something, right? Why you glue its feet to the floor?
Well, it seems like it would have to have horseshoes on, right?
Yeah.
Take off the horseshoes.
That's what I'm saying. How to create a spark.
Yeah, what kind of house are you running here? Everybody takes their shoes off in my house, even horses. Take those off.
All right, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, especially on that horse joke.
So, again, Ross, when is the Comedians in Drag doing comedy?
That's February 27th in Sanford at the West End. It'll be a lot of fun. Come see me at MegaCon tomorrow. You know what? I always forget about this. Hit up Jenna Hurt. Did you see this here, Tom? She took my gold bead there and made me a nice little necklace. Jenna Hurt at Tying Tribe. I think it's tyingtribes.com. Is her website. If you got a bead laying around your house, have her make a nice little necklace or look at her stuff. She brings cool beads back from around the world.
Yeah,
makes
man.
cool jewelry.
She's a wonderful person too. Mm-hmm. Love me some Jenna Hurt.
Is that a special bead?
It is. This is a gold. This is 2 grams of gold. It's a sphere coin from Nui. So this little
Wait. Sorry, it had to be said.
I can't even guess where Nui is, but I'm going to guess
next
someone.
to Odie, which is a beer.
Is it near Thailand?
No.
Okay.
Way out in the Pacific Ocean.
Okay.
It's you should actually look up the it's a NUIE, I think. It's a really neat Wikipedia read. It's this tiny little island out like to the side of Australia on the Pacific Ocean. And the reason they make coins, the British owned it for a minute, and so like a lot of these like island nations, they have like they still have British protectorate status, so they can have a royal mint. So this is actually like legal tender, money.
That's dope.
But like they'll do they'll do this. They'll make like a sphere coin out of gold. They'll make like one that looks like fucking Anakin Skywalker or Yoda or something, and make it like a
But they made them spheres.
This one they did. This is a sphere, and it's got a little hole through the middle, which makes it a bead. And so, she could put it on a necklace for me. But Nui is really interesting because it's as big as this fucking studio, and it's like completely habitated, and it's ruled by like 30 something little tribes, and they all have like an acre of land, and like a certain amount of people can live there. It's really neat.
I like a round, like some sort of piece of money or whatever, especially at a strip club. It fits right in there. I shouldn't have said that.
That's it. Yeah. Oh, we didn't even talk about the other thing you should have said this week, but I'm not going to say it because you'll punch me in the face. You'll punch me in the face about that one.
Okay.
Am I flying too close to the sun? Be honest. We had a problem.
Nah.
Oh, really?
Nah. Well, okay.
I have to leave this in his hands because I will go too far.
Is this when he was protesting handicap spots in front of the public?
No.
The placard?
There was a sponsor in here, and
you fucked with Word-A-Bugs again?
No, I was small talking, and then we were talking marketing, which I'm well versed on marketing.
True, absolutely true.
And then
I'm just sitting, in there talking.
They were talking about naming things, and I was like, oh, well, sometimes companies will name a product something and then claim that it was totally by accident.
But they did it deliberately.
And then it'll make the rounds.
AIDS weight drug from the 80s.
It was like, and then the internet will make fun of the company. Like, look at this. How did they then not know they named it? And I made the example.
Oh, like putting a spelling error in the title of your meme because people will comment like you spelled that word wrong, and it'll bump your meme up.
I'm like, it's a marketing thing. I'm like, and then so a big company will put out like, this is and then I made this, and this was my mistake. I was like, they'll say like, this is cream pied whatever, cream pie McGee.
Cream pie McGee, and then I'm like, what the? And I'm like,
and then I saw that it shocked the person. Cream pie.
Yeah. I was like, he also saw that it shocked me because I'm in here because I'm 99% of the time I'm in here. This might as well be a wheelchair that I'm in now, and I'm Tiny Professor X. And did I not lean over and go,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm doing this, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
What the fuck?
Then I quickly realized, I was like, oh, yeah. People don't make cream pie jokes that often. It's just a cream pie McGee.
Well, then we're just sitting here. It's like all quiet. I love to do this, and he's in there typing, and I'm in here typing, and I go, cream pie. Cream pie.
Yeah. I was like, I hope that doesn't question the person. Like, well. Anyway, sorry.
What ad campaign were you thinking of where they used Cream Pie McGee? I'm just trying to place that one.
Funny example. Cream Pie McGee's Horse Therapy Ranch. Cream Pie McGee's Equine. Is that it? Equine.
I was thinking
it was Cream Pie McGee's Equine Therapy Center.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get out of here.
Fucking A. What a fun day.
BDMs, we'll see you on Monday for the BDM show.
If you are a Twitch viewer and a YouTube viewer, and I'm talking to you guys right now, I can see you guys in there. Thank you guys for sending emails and letting me know that you're going to be at the pinball party. I need to know about that. For those of you that said, hey, I'm stopping by the pinball party, like and subscribe on Twitch and YouTube. It would really help us out. We're trying to boost those numbers and make everything better.
It's for the Twitch viewers and YouTube live.
But we want everybody to stop by and have a good time. So I just want to make sure I'm going to go crazy with some pizzas. I'm going to go crazy at Black Magic Pizza.
And thank you to our sponsor, Cream Pie McGee Family Planning.
Don't go too crazy.
I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to get like one of everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to get them all.
We'll find out who's coming.
Dr. Pepperoni.
No.
I'm going to get the Coheed and Cambria.
You get one cheese, one pepperoni.
It's a Coheed and Calabrese.
They got that Bianca cream pie pizza.
Let's get like 2 for 1 Papa John's. They have a deal.
Dude, you're going to spring for Papa John's? That comes with garlic butter.
CD Sarah just asked if they can watch on Twitch.
Well, we are going to do a Twitch-only show during the meetup because I get very awkward talking to too many people because I run out of stories.
You want to flee to your microphone?
Yeah. Then so we'll do a Twitch-only show.
Run it here. He's like, safe. And me, old Cream Pie McGee.
It's my favorite Janis Joplin song.
All right.
Oddly enough, nobody wanted to with her.
We'll see you on Monday.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.
This is all jokes and funny to you, huh? You can take it up with legal. Have a good day.